We are back with another stream. A big game today, big 6 points out, and thankfully we've got ourselves in a position where it's not exactly a must win, but I would say it's a must not lose as we go into the final few games of the season. Rotherham will be wanting to win this one, and they're on the back of 4 games within just over a week, basically. What are you thinking today, Swaino?
Yeah, well, firstly, you're right. 4 games. This is their 4th game in 9 days, 8 days, 9 days, and we've just played the once. So there is that factor. I think it's this has been very hyped generally by everybody. It is important. It is really important. But let's not forget if we do lose today, it isn't the end of the world. It just sort of brings us to a bit of a stuttering halt. I suppose it's just the expectation that we should win. A, we should have better players, but certainly B, we'll be a lot healthier, a lot fitter than Rotherham, who, like you say, have had a lot of game action. So I'm hoping that we put in a good, solid performance and just get a good, solid victory.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think it's worth saying as well, what a job Bowyer's done so far, turning us around, getting us into this position. We had struggled to win at home all season, and then he comes in, we win 3 on the bounce. We're away now. And like I've been saying, the only difference is we've been coming up against really tough teams, top 6 teams, and then even Stoke, who are just solid. This is the first game against one of them that's in that dogged relegation battle with us. So it's going to be interesting to see how we play. It's probably not going to be your typical Rotherham performance either, because they're going to be going for it. I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background.
Yeah, I thought that was some sort of electrical alarm going off.
No, basically I think that we've got people round in the garden, and we've had the dogs upstairs because one of them's terrified of dogs.
Bless.
So
just for people joining us, and welcome to everyone in the chat. And if you're watching the game, great. We'll have our normal synchronization issues, which are always quite entertaining. We'll talk about those in a minute. If you're not watching the game, we will give you bits of commentary, but we're not Sky Sports or indeed anyone. But Blues are playing in green today because obviously red would clash and blue wouldn't. But anyway, you've got to play in an away kit. So they're in the huddles at the moment. Well, on my visuals, they're in the huddles at the minute. It's a beautiful day, perfect day, as they say, for football. It's cool, but the sun's warm. It's a bright day. It's a lovely day for watching football. Wish we were down at the New York Stadium, Joe, as I'm sure everyone does.
Mate, last time I was down here, I saw you. I saw your little face. I had one too many beers. Stumbled over to you and said hello.
Yeah.
And, I don't remember much else.
You were a happy bunny.
One thing I remember from it was Che Adams, where he overtook the linesman. He knocked the ball past the lino. Whipped it in for Hotter, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, it was Hotter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a great day. And I mean, I have to say, I do enjoy going to Rotherham. And if obviously, I'd rather they got relegated than us. But it'd be a shame to see them dip out the league because it's always quite a fun away day. It's a nice little stadium, and I just enjoy going there. So yeah, but at the end of the day, obviously we want to win, and we don't want them to win. So we'll see how it pans out.
100%. We saw. Was it Derby? Was it Derby who lost to Blackburn? Was it Derby?
Yes.
Sheffield Wednesday drew. They're looking pretty much down and out.
I think to be honest, I think on sort of form, I think Derby are doing one of the worst at the moment. I mean, it's just a case now. I think that this game is very important because obviously it not only gives us 3 points, it removes 3 points from Rotherham, which is crucial. I think it's the old 6-pointer thing. But if Rotherham weren't in this situation, then it would just be a case of we've got 4 or 5 games left, and we need to win a percentage of those. So if it isn't today, then it's another one. I think it's just because of the situation Rotherham are in, the expectation level is high. Just quickly, Joe, just to mention, a couple of people have asking about Lico win over Scott Hogan. I think Hogan was injured last week, wasn't he? He didn't play, so obviously I think that's why he's not starting. The question is, though, Sam Cosgrove hasn't seemed to feature under either manager, Karanka or Bowyer, so I'm not quite sure why.
Quickly, have you kicked off yet?
Oh no, they're taking the knee.
Okay, I've
miles behind.
I've paused it right on the kickoff. It's probably a minute or two, but it's all right.
Sorry, folks. I'm watching it on Now TV, so then I have Sky, so I get Now TV, which is approximately 2 light years behind. I'll tell you when the kickoff. It's about to happen. But now.
Okay, I've pressed play.
Okay, so you're probably behind me now. Sorry, it did it quite quickly. Anyway, we're close enough. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting game, and again, an interesting formation. We're using ball comes in and over the top. We're playing 3 at the back today, and we've got Colin and I think Seddon as sort of attacking wing backs by the looks of it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar to what we've been playing the past 2 games, isn't it? With the the wing backs pushing forward. No McGree. McGree's been favoured in, but in his more natural position, isn't he? And to be fair, I've got to say, since he's joined, I didn't see too much of him. But under Bowyer, he seems to be given another chance, and he's having a little bit of a lease of life. We've got Terrell out injured. Halilovic has been struggling with injuries as well. And I think it's great having that option as well, isn't it? I don't know what you think about him. I think he's probably not good enough to keep him,
Well, yeah, but I think he's more of a Lee Bowyer type player because he is aggressive and he's an attacking player, and I think he quite likes his industry is excellent. His work rate's really good. He really puts a shift in, and I think in some ways he's sort of Keithton Bell-esque in his work rate, not necessarily his style of play, but I think that's a real factor. And I think it's interesting as well, and I mention this every time we come on, is Bella and Sanchez are just not getting a look in, which is really, really interesting.
Seddon just smashed it against Harley Dean.
He did, yes.
Yeah, it is a very weird one. Like we've said it before, I always thought Bella and Sanchez were like our biggest threats, but what Bowyer's done, he's come in and he's identified his threats, and he's got a certain way that he likes to play, and at the minute they don't really fit into that. So it's going to be an interesting one when we're looking at going into next season. If you're those 2 players, creative players that are used to playing, a full 90 most weeks, they might not be happy, and I don't know if there are any plans or not.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think the other way of looking at it maybe is that they were almost sort of dangerous players in a team that was performing really poorly and it wasn't working. So what Lee Bowyer's done now is he's got all of the players playing well and working together well. And as you say, Joe, they don't sort of fit into that at the moment. So in a way, as a non-football manager, I think, why aren't you playing Bella and Sanchez? They're really dangerous. But remember, they were dangerous in the previous system under the previous manager. So they were better than everyone else who wasn't very good. Whereas now everyone's a lot better. The team is playing better, if that makes sense. So you're right. It might be they just don't fit in, despite the fact he probably still thinks they're really good players. But in this particular setup, they're not working.
Yeah, exactly. I think we just had our first long throw as well.
Yes, I think we did.
Sure. I'm frantically looking for a pen.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, for those of you watching again, obviously Joe's done his classic. He's been running around like a blue-ass fly, and it's a bit of a late show. So I'm impressed that he's covering it quite well. But obviously there's lots of stuff going on there. But also kudos, and I think a positive. We have the blue shirt on, which you don't see very often from Joe. So I think that's a definite positive. Wrong side. I can't see. I'm looking in the middle.
we're gonna have a constant stream of this moaning dog. Just gonna have that, which is usually what I sound like watching Blues, but hopefully it's not
exactly
today.
Exactly. Free kick for Blues, and again, I apologise. I'll say this once and last. Me and Joe will be quite a long way behind everyone else. If you watch us, you'll know that. It's just the way of technology. So when I get excited about something and you already know it has or hasn't happened, you can laugh. But we've just at the moment, the game seems sort of pretty much more Blues. It does seem Rotherham fairly defensive at the moment. Blues putting in a pretty good start. But it's going. What's going to be interesting is to see how Rotherham are later in the game. When tiredness and fatigue start to come in, because it should be the case that we've got far fresher players, but we'll have to see. And final thing to say, just quickly, in my long monologue, Jonathan Lico, I think he's really got to start performing.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's got another opportunity today, and yeah, maybe he's not had as much opportunity as he could have done in the past, but yeah, he's got to take the chances. There's been a slight improvement under Bowyer, hasn't there? But yeah. I don't know. It's not impressive.
I just don't. It's really. I'd love to. I'd love to see some of the footage from when he played for Bowyer. Was it at Charlton he was playing? Wasn't it?
Whoa!
Whoa! The dog disagrees. It's a shot. Oh my God! Rotherham just had a decent shot there. The dog's very unhappy with how Blues are playing. Joe, whilst we're just in a slight lull, I've got to do a birthday shout out for someone who follows me on Twitter. It's her boyfriend actually. So I did promise I'd do this. So I'm going to put on the special happy birthday fez, which I normally reserve for a goal. But this is a shout out to David Turner, who's 43. I think it's today. So happy birthday from me and Joe to David. Hope you're enjoying the game, mate, and it's not too stressful for you. Enjoy it, and enjoy being 43. It's a wonderful vintage, and I recommend it to anybody. Joe, you've got a while to go before you get there. I've sadly sailed that ship. But anyway, happy birthday, David. Enjoy your day, and hopefully we get the win. That's the end of that. Back
happy
to the
birthday,
show.
mate.
There you go.
Oh, these want to be let down in a minute after.
Right, what's happening? We've got a free kick. And into the box, and not quite into the box. It's a little bit sloppy at the moment, isn't it?
Well, I get a feeling it's gonna be that way. You know, it's gonna be one of them games. But if anything, the last game against Stoke showed that we can perform in those games that don't look as good, that are a bit scrappy, and we can come out on top. We've got the fight in us, and it's not always going to look good, but if we can get the results, then happy days. I'm gonna have to send these dogs down. Right, go on in.
Right, whilst Joe deals with the dogs,
tell you what, I'm going to get something as well.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. See what comes from this shot. Yeah, these dogs are going much. All right, mate.
How do you enjoy this? And doesn't Joe look magnificent in his Mark 1 shirt, Marco Uno, as we used to say? Right, so let's have a look. What's going on? So Will says, good morning, guys. I get the USA national coverage later today. So for people watching, I know there's people watching around the world. So if you're watching live, great. If you're watching later, hope you enjoy it. Whatever the results, but hopefully we'll get a positive. Gordon Waiters, Lico's got to go out on loan. Yeah, well, he's already on loan, isn't he? Did we buy him? Yeah, we bought him. We didn't loan him. Yeah, I don't know. Is that admitting defeat, or is it necessary? What does everyone think? He's certainly not delivering at the moment. David says Joe's off for his strategic notepad. I think he could be right there. But yeah, I think Lico he's an interesting one. I think if he'd been starting games under Karanka, I think we'd all be very unhappy. But we trust Bowyer to make the right decision. But I think he will. Oh, hello, good man. Good man.
It's an important game.
Woohoo! Bingo.
Important game, mate. We've got to get the Jaffers on.
Got to get the Jaffers. Well, we've got all the omens, Joe. We've got double Jaffers. We've got the green away kit. We've got you in your home kit. It's well. Oh, there's the first Dukey old man. I know you probably not kicked out. First one of the day. There's only 8.5 minutes gone already. He's down doing the old man. Again, if you haven't watched before, Joe keeps tally of various things. Some important, some not. And one of them is how many times Dukey looks like an old man getting up from a serious injury, which he does every game. And he's just done the first one on my stream anyway, but not on 9 minutes.
Swaino, if we catch up, we've got Dukey Old Man 1.
Yeah.
We've got long throw.
Is it only one? I think it is only one long throw, isn't it? Yeah. Which
resulted in nothing.
Of course. I can't remember. Do we have any other stats we're getting at the moment? I'm going to have my first Jaffa cake of the day. This is the chocolate, lemon and lime Jaffa cake. So there you go. I hope that brings us a bit of luck. Oh dear, this is quite harsh. Joe JS says, if you don't win this, you should both do the next video in a West Brom shirt.
Oh, what? That's not very fair.
That's unacceptable.
Got just a quick one as well. Swaino, what is your prediction for today? And I'm going to go through a few of your predictions as well. If you get them down in the chat, we'll see.
Well, last week you asked me about my YouTube channel. And I've just started doing a new thing called the 60-second preview show, where I do 60. It's up online now. So I did my first 60-second preview, just Blues on the attack. It's all a bit heads in the air, and I predicted in that 2-0 to Blues, based on the fact that Paul Warne said that Cov City were very physical against them and they struggled a bit with that. And he said Birmingham were going to be more physical and offer more up front than Cov. So that, coupled with the fact they should be tied, I've said 2-0. But you can check out my preview on my YouTube channel. It's only 60 seconds of joy. Joseph, what is your prediction?
The other stat I was going to go for as well was every time Lecco loses the ball, I'll let him off.
Another notepad for that, won't you?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, he just actually did whip a ball in. A bit more urgency about him, a bit less, not as many step overs. So that was good. It's good to see Wes Harding doing well as well. By the way.
It is, yeah, and
really nice. Good assist the other game from him. Oh, number long throw, almost straight into the goal.
That was just a shot on goal. That's quite a beard. In fact, the two Rotherham keepers, I had to look at their side. Their main goalie, this guy, he's got a big ginger beard, and their reserve keeper's got an even bigger black beard. So obviously, if you want to be a goalkeeper at Rotherham, you need a mighty beard. Better than this.
That's beard, to be fair. I feel like if we were Sky Sports people, we would just have the most random stats ever. But yeah, it's Rotherham goalies in today with a beard growth that's been grown over the last 3 months. Clearly well groomed. What do you think about that? Oh yeah. I like the ginger tone to it. Yeah. Put your nut on it, Seddon. That's not bull. What? Hold on. Are you timed up with me, by the way? Hold on. 11:52.
3, 4,
yeah,
5. We're about quarter of a second out, Joe.
I think we're good. Oh, is it going to be another long throw?
Now, but are you counting Robbo long throws or just long throws in general?
Long throws in general.
Okay, that's the third one.
I'm not going to count that. It's long throws into the box. Oh God.
Okay, yeah, that's just a throw, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on Robbo here? There. Oh, Robbo! Hello, Robbo. That was not the right decision. And Pedersen has saved it. Robbo, he didn't quite look sure of himself there, did he? He tried to stop the ball go out for a corner. He sort of stood on it.
Yeah, that wasn't quite. Swaino, where's your hat? My fez is here, but it's ready for when if Blues score. When Blues score.
Let's have a look at the predictions as well. BCFC Ireland says 1-1 or 4-0. They're quite drastically different.
Yeah.
But
when people are putting the score, like Charlie Weston's put 3-1. Now, are you meaning 3-1 or 1-3? I'm not being pedantic, but do you mean Rotherham are going to win, or do you mean Blues are going to win? I presume you mean Blues. In which case,
that'd be
1-3.
We'll presume. Ronnie McGree there. Oh, I thought he just got foot off the ball there. But yeah, 30 minutes played, very scrappy. Not a lot of chances, but Blues. It's going to be a case of who wants it more, and Blues look like they want it more at the minute. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It's a very physical game, and obviously Rotherham, as the game goes on, are they going to get tired? I mean, naturally, you think they will with the amount of games they've had to play.
Definitely. I think Rotherham look like they're sort of conserving a bit of energy. They're not really pushing forward a lot. And I think this is it's interesting to see how Blues' game plan develops. At the moment, I think we're in the ascendancy, but it is still pretty close. I think it's going to be later in the game, I think, when hopefully we'll get the advantage. But Rotherham are perfectly capable of getting a goal, and if that happens, then things might have to change. So they've got a ball into the box, and it's hoofed away, proper old school style.
Dealt with. Blues are winning today. Charlie Weston says. Gordon says 3-0 win. Please deliver the love BCFC. Mark Harlan says Blues 0-1 Hogan. What? Oh, Blues 1-0 Hogan scoring. I thought you meant Hogan was going to beat Blues.
That's what I was thinking. Blues 0 Hogan 1.
Will says, I want McGree on a permanent. He's going to be coming, over to you soon. Any like Charlotte FC, wherever that is, closer to you than me. So you might be able to see him live and direct there.
Is it next season? Next season, isn't it? They start up. So he will be going. He'll be leaving us. Oh, hello.
Oh God!
That was a foul.
That looked. God. I don't know. But Blues are on the counter attack here. Ball pinged over. It's a bit behind him there, but there's a bit of I can't remember what I was saying then, but that was a little bit dangerous. Etheridge tried to catch it out of the air. He caught it well, but he seemed to have got like knocked. He spun in the air like some sort of anime cartoon. God, Blue! Oh, Jesus! I tell you what. Lecco did well there, I think. Yeah, I think he's been told to just get it in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just take it. Yeah.
Because it's like when he first started playing again, and he hadn't quite had that direction. And Sundic again, we're winning the ball back really well here.
Yeah,
we're not letting them. We're not making it easy for them. And I think that might have been the message from Bowyer as well, saying, "Listen, they're going to be tired. Just go at them.
Just keep at them. Just keep going. Yeah."
Said him with a goal, and Lecco was inches away from that. And I tell you what, he's been a bit of a bright spot today so far. You know, I'll slate him as much as I do or whatever, but he's proving to be a little bit difficult, a bit hard to handle at the minute. So if he keeps up this sort of pressure, he could definitely pay off. He probably should have got something there, coming through a few bodies. But it all started from this Rotherham free kick where Etheridge. It was Harley Dean that
that's why it wasn't
flew over, and he dropped the ball, and that could have gone anywhere. But Robbo dealt with that before the Rotherham players could do.
So I think we just need to be working out our bits off here and really making them run, because they will. They're not superhuman. I don't know which of the current team how many games they've all played, but they've all played at least probably 2 games. So they will be more tired than Blues. Definitely, we've just got to keep pushing.
By Robbo, by the way, inside the box, dealt with, and it went out for a throw in. Good feet by Lecco there, with the laughing face.
Well, that's what we need to tell you. How many times you say "good feet" by Lecco? Sorry. Lecco.
Jaffa's out early today, of course, mate. Of course.
Yeah. Len's just joined. Hello, Len. What would you say? I mean, hold on. I was going to wait until that ball had been dealt with before I commented. I think we played quite well today. So far, it's a tricky game, but I think we're showing a lot of energy and a lot of purpose in our play at the minute. And I think it's if we keep playing like this, I think we can wear them down. There's been the odd occasion. Etheridge dropping the ball there. It's one of them things. But they haven't really provided much of a threat so far. Lecco's a bit of a bright spark at the minute. Lecco. And I think McGree's impressing me at the minute. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're doing it. We're pressurising them more. They are sitting back more. I definitely get the impression they're trying to conserve a bit of energy. So, Len, at the moment, it's going okay. It's not a pretty game, but as Joe says, it's not going to be. But yeah, I think if we just keep the pressure on them, they're going to crack at some point. That's what I think. Let's hope so. Let's have a look. Well, Ryan says if they're tired playing 2 games a week, you need to be asking questions. It was more the fact that I was saying that some of them may have played 3 games, or this could even be their 4th game, but most of them will have played at least 2. So just the fact that they've played more games, whether it's 2 or 3, they've still played more games than Blues. So it's not necessarily they're not fit enough. It's just that we should be fitter. So near the end of the game, if we're making 50-yard runs down the wing, it's going to be easier for us than for them. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, definitely. Did I hear correctly? Lecco's a bright spark. It's funny we're playing against Wes Harding today. It is. It's a lot. We mentioned him earlier. I think he's just a good guy. And he just completely took down Duke there, I think.
Yeah. He was clashing with Seddon earlier, and I was thinking, well, that's interesting because they would have played against each other a lot in the under 23s.
Very quickly at the minute. Like,
Yeah.
if you see there, we're just playing in these passing triangles, and we've got Seddon, McGree, even Duke lot moving the ball so quickly there, and it's good to see. I just think we need to break them down. I just want a ball floated into Duke again, mate. I want a backstick banger.
Definitely. Yeah, that's what we're missing a little bit of, is getting the balls in, because I say Lico's done fairly well. He's probably quality.
Yet again, no expense spared.
This is the food and beverage show with a bit of football thrown in. We've got long throw, Joe, into the box. That was a good throw, actually, but that wasn't very good from Duke.
He's still got it though. He's still got it. I'm gonna. Oh God. Yeah, I think yeah. That's
helping out.
That's nothing. He's tried. Okay, so far we've got 3 long throws, which have all resulted in nothing. So good start.
Isn't that 4 now, Joe? Isn't that 4?
Is that 4?
Oh no, it's 3 because Pedersen's didn't count. You're right.
Yeah. We've had one Duke old man. So I mean, when we come back, that's the thing. We're increasing the production value. You know, we're going to get down at half time and be like, so you know, we've got all these different stats. There were 3 long throws. All resulted in nothing. Duke got up like an old man lumbering about one. So you know,
someone in the chat will say, so what's Rotherham's percentage of wins from shots outside the box? We'll go, don't know. But Duke has looked like an old man 6 times. That's the kind of stats that people want, Joe. And
there's one. We've got one great beard as well, so that's pretty good so far.
Yeah, that was a long throw, but it wasn't into the box, so it doesn't count. Yeah, but I think Blues are sort of struggling to find a consistent way through. But I guess it's going to be difficult. Rotherham, let's be honest. Of course, Rotherham are fighting for their lives like we are. They got to capitalise. They've got these games in hand. They need to capitalise on them. So it's really important for them to get a win today. So it is going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle for a good chunk of the game. I don't want us to totally rely on us not being as tired as Rotherham. Because at the moment, although we are attacking more, they are still offering a threat, and I think they've just now got a corner as well.
Yeah, 22 minutes gone. Pedersen was trying to see it out, but he just made sure. And you'd rather him not mess about like Robbo did earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know, it's funny today. I was thinking before the game, it almost, because of all the hype around the game, it almost feels a little bit like last game of the season, like one of us is going to get relegated kind of thing. Not quite that intense, but there is a feeling about how important it is. But, I should stress, if we don't win or even if we lose, it makes it more difficult.
Oh my God.
If they score. That was close.
That was very, very close. Corner, short corner take, and then ball was driven in into the front post. Oh my God! There was anyone could have got on the end of that. And did someone get a touch?
I literally can't tell.
I think, McDonald for Rotherham just got a touch on it, but it weren't enough to direct it into that into the net near the back stick there. It went the right side of the post in our case, but that's a warning. Swaino.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as I say, I think they're desperate to get the result, and they've done well. I mean, they have beaten some decent teams this season, so they're not a terrible side. Obviously, they're down near the bottom, so they're not superb, but they're going to provide a real challenge, and they're more desperate to get the win than maybe some of the other teams who played recently, who were sort of in the mid-table or in the playoffs. So it's going to be a scrappy game, but we need to get control of it a little bit more. I think it's a little bit loose. We just need to keep the ball down and pass it amongst each other a little bit, just to slow it down. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, Ryan says, do you think we need the win more than Rotherham? Well, clearly not at the minute. When you look at the league table, but I think it would just be a bit. If they were to beat us today, it would put a little bit of pressure on us going into the next game. And if we can avoid that, happy days. I think Lee Bowyer said he's always... Oh, there's another long throw, by the way. into the box, nowhere near a Blues player. That's 4 for 4 now, nothing.
Yeah. Rotherham on a break here.
It could end up in a Rotherham shuttle goal. Oh, got it. Oh! Okay.
Whoa.
And Rotherham are really starting to wake up now. That we looked disorganised at the back there. First of all, the throw-in was aimed at nobody. There was no Blues player around, and then they countered us with numbers. And I think
he should have scored that.
It could be one of them games. He should have scored that. So I'm actually having that resulting in a Roth.
And you know what? That was a really clever cross as well, because he didn't hoof it high, he kept it low, and that's deceived the Blues defence. So, yeah, that was a really strong attack. That's the closest anyone's come to scoring so far. And Rotherham are definitely in this end. Nico,
that's a free kick for Blues on the edge.
Oh, this is what we needed. This is when we need Karen Fry back to do his Rotherham free kick special.
I'm doing that thing where I'm looking slightly up the chat, like 2 minutes behind. So if you do see anything in the chat, don't tell me. I'm trying not to be spoiled.
Yeah, because then it does affect things quite badly. So there's Wes Harding. It's a shame, actually. I mean, I really like Wes Harding, but perhaps I don't know. Would you have Wes Harding back at Blues now, or would you think no, he's better off?
No, I don't think so. I think he's he was a good player for us in the sense of that he's a good backup and he can step in and fill a role. But I think for him as well, like the fact he can go to a team and be playing a lot more, be playing regularly. I think at his age, that's what he needs to be doing for his career.
Yeah, true.
I don't like when you have a young player just in as a backup and in now and again. They got to be able to grow and develop. So
otherwise, they just end up going out on loan and stuff, don't they? And he's better off playing regularly, and he's doing well there. He plays every game, doesn't he? Free kick. Oh,
over. Alex Griffin, Ipswich fan. How are you guys doing? I haven't had a look, but your rivals were promoted last night, so condolences. Afternoon, mate. Hope you're well. Reckon you are staying up. From what I've seen since Bowyer has come in, it gives me a lot of confidence, and the fact that more teams have sort of been drawn into it. You know, we won a few games without really going anywhere, but we sort of bridge that gap and close that gap above us. So you got teams like Derby. I know Huddersfield won, but there are a few teams involved now. So I think it's most definitely in our hands, and I think we're good enough to do it, even if we were to lose today. I just think we're, what have we got? We've got at the minute Coventry,
Forest
below us because we're drawing.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about upcoming games.
Oh yeah, Coventry below us, Derby below us, Rotherham. So I think I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm feeling a lot more confident than I was before Bowyer came in.
Yeah, exactly. And like if we do win today, we leapfrog Huddersfield, and then we're just a point away from Preston and Forest, and 2 points away from Blackburn up in 15th. So I think that's why everyone's so focused, because it makes a massive difference. And of course, it keeps Rotherham right down on 40 points. We'd be 9 points, clear. Actually, I've got that wrong. By 46. No, sorry, we'd be on 49, wouldn't we? Sorry, we'd be on the same points as Forest and Preston, and only a point behind Blackburn. So it would make us massively sort of feel safe, and I think we need a couple of points in the last 3 games really to be safe. So it's an important day psychologically. I think that's the thing. I think if we lost 1-0, I think it's psychologically quite important how Blues would how the players would feel. Hopefully Lee Bow would be able to put a positive on it. But it does feel like almost a bit sort of end of season cup final-y day today. The significance of those points.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we get the win here. We go up to 48 points.
Yeah, sorry, I got that wrong again. Sorry, everyone. It's clear. I was looking at the live table, so we do have a point at the moment. That's why. Yes, you're right. It is 48.
The dog wants to come back
nuts on the comments. Go, no, that's wrong.
It wants to be back here now.
Oh.
You nervous? It's all right.
I'm feeling tense. I'm feeling a bit tense at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this very much. Long shot, very wide.
Worth a go. I think, like we started the game well, but Rotherham have sort of woke up a little bit. I think you were right with what you're saying with them conserving energy. I don't think they can be doing this all game, like this counter-attacking style that they're doing. But I think we really have to be wary of it. The way that, we're pushing forward and we're being very direct in attacking, but we at times are leaving ourselves open at the back.
I was thinking that, it might be that I wouldn't be surprised to see us at some point, maybe in the second half, move to 4 at the back and change the formation a bit. And you know what? It could be a day when maybe we do bring on Bella and/or Sanchez. If it's all about pace and speed against the fatigued side, fatigued defence, but who knows? We've got a very attacking bench. If you look at, we've only got, I think, 2 defenders on the bench. Everyone else is sort of attacking midfielders, wingers, and we've got 3 strikers on the bench, haven't we? Because we've got Bell, Cosgrove, and Hogan.
Yeah, we
Can't
do.
remember the last time that happened. Rotherham on the attack. Oh
God. Good block there by Harley Dean. Comes back out, blocked again by Gardner, but it's Groundhog Day at the minute.
Yeah.
Rotherham have really got their towels up now. I don't know if that someone's just had a quiet word with him on the touchline, but Wes Harding's absolutely done, said in there, and he's played in, and it's still not dealt with from Blues. And I
finally get it away.
Wes Harding again showing what he can do there. I think he looks pretty good for these.
I think it's safe to say Rotherham have got Blues a bit rattled at the moment. There's a lot of charging around and diving in for tackles, and it is sort of last ditch defending, isn't it?
He's all right on his own.
Yeah.
If I was a Rotherham fan, I'd be feeling pretty confident. You are.
My dad's just walked in and he goes, "We're pushing our luck, haven't we?"
I love it. Comes in, makes a comment, exits.
Yeah.
He's got style.
They should do that on Sky Sports, just randomly, every now and again. Oh, get here, shut up.
Right, so Blues moving out.
Someone coming going, well, that's a bit weird, wasn't it?
The passing's got a bit wayward for Blues today. They're looking a little bit ragged, I have to say.
Yeah. All right, calm down. You've just
they're on the attack, but it's.
Oh, Lico, he hasn't even controlled the ball there.
He looks like someone who's never played football before. Sometimes he gets the ball and sort of faffs about and then loses it. It's, clearly I'm not a football player, but if you're surrounded by 3 players, you can see them closing and you're not Messi, the idea is probably to pass it to someone else. Otherwise you'll get tackled, which is what happens. He just doesn't let go of the ball. What does the dog think?
What do you reckon? What's the score going to be, mate? What's the score? 2-1.
Orkies! Just trying to get a reaction. Go on.
2-0 Blues? I think so, 2-0 Blues.
There you go. That dog is smart.
He just all he thinks is food.
Yesterday. Who's Jonathan Grounds playing for these days? Is he at Bolton or something?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
Someone's Charlie. No, who's it? Someone's just said that he conceded a penalty. Going back onto the Jonathan Lico debate, I think
Swindon.
Swindon. Oh yeah. There has no managers offered to resign. I think he's offered to resign because they're so bad. They've lost 9 out of the last 11 or something. And so he said, "Would you like me to resign?" Which is kind of a weird thing to do because you either get sacked or you resign. You don't. Oh, Rotherham really on the attack here. Oh, Jesus. We are living dangerously.
Yeah, offer to resign. I mean, what does that say? I can leave.
I haven't even got the balls to say I resign. I'm not good enough to say I think I'm a bit crap. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been taking up gardening, so I feel like I could work on that over the summer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Weird one that.
Yeah, but it's actually looking now like I'd be quite glad for us to get to half time at 0-0, so there can be a bit of a Lee Bowyer quiet word in your ear, sunshine. It's looking. I think Lico can't stay on much longer. He's just. I'm not saying going to say he's a liability, but he's not really offering anything. But that said, as a team, we're not looking very cohesive at the moment. We look a bit threadbare up top, bizarrely. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not controlling midfield. We're just losing the ball a lot. Something's not working at the moment. I don't know what anyone in the chat can explain what isn't working.
Yeah, I mean, we need to just find ways to get the ball on Duke's head. And currently in this system that we're playing, it's like the main way of doing that is through long throws. Like you very rarely see a ball floated into the back stick to Duke.
Exactly. So we're missing wingers today.
Hello, Lico's making a run here, and
he's not going to get that. No. But he's pressured him. So can I just say again, we're not bashing him just to be horrible to him. He's just But it's just because he just isn't, compared to all the other players. He just doesn't play very well. He seems just like a kid who's really enthusiastic but doesn't quite know how to play football.
Go on. He's won a free kick. The one thing I will say from both me and Swaino is we want him to prove us wrong, 100%.
Absolutely.
We're not here just slating him for the sake of it.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And we're not picking on him. It's just that he's far below the performance of everyone else at the moment. But yeah, he's won us 2 free kicks so far. So that and he's had a cross in. So it's now this is a good position. What will happen? Will Lico do an overhead volley?
I mean, probably if we're slating him, I see Duke at the back stick. I don't know who we're going to aim for. You can see McCree, but he's going to get closed down. We've got Sunic as well on the edge of the box. And Seddon's bleeding a lot from his eye there.
Oh, yeah.
It's dripping. He's going to have his shirt changed, I think. And that looked
that's going to clash with the green. The free kick's essentially a bit like a corner from the edge of the box, but sort of a few yards out. So, Seddon is bleeding. I don't know, when did he get that injury? I didn't see that.
Not a clue. But you see it dripping right down his neck and everything. So he's just getting that looked at the minute. But while he is 37 minutes into this game, where do you see it going? What needs to change for Blues to win this game?
Yeah, that's a good question. It looks like we just don't have. I think the midfield doesn't seem to be working. We're not winning any balls. We've got no control in the midfield, which is sort of unusual for us. But Rotherham, I don't know. We're losing the ball. We're not keeping possession a lot. I think that's the worst thing.
We've got. I mean, when you're looking at players that can, come in and maybe change the game. You've got San Jose now joking. We've got Harper, Bella, Sanchez, Hogan. They're sort of the main players on the bench. You're not really looking at Cosgrove as someone that can change the game. Again with Amari Miller, San Jose. Yeah. But I don't think the thing is our midfield does seem a bit. But I don't get it. I don't know if it's the system rather than the players, and maybe we just need a little shift around in the way we're playing there.
Yeah, it's not right, is it? There's definitely something not right at the moment. We're losing possession. We're not keeping the ball. I think that's the worst thing. Seddon's still getting treatment. He's getting a lot of treatment. I'm surprised the ref hasn't made him go off actually, because they're holding up play here. Normally they'd say, right, you go off and come back on, but he's getting all the Vaseline or whatever it is. So it's just it's here, and he's bleeding a lot. But he's looking, he's all right. He looks okay. It's a very tidy job. I think she's just brushed his hair as well, which is quite nice. With her hands, just getting a little. So we're still waiting. 38 minutes. We're just approaching 39 minutes. Seddon is back up. He's repaired. He's now bloodless. So we can get our free kick. And apparently, Rotherham are one of the worst at conceding from set pieces. They've conceded 17 goals this season. In comes the ball, and it's cleared out.
He's had 3 men on him then.
Yeah,
nothing,
and nothing from that. It's a bit tame, isn't it?
It is, man. But I think it's a weird one. I'm not sure how we go about changing it. And oh god, they look like they're on the counter again here, as Blues couldn't clear it. Oh god. Close them down, and that's going to be a corner Oh no, it's going to have to throw in.
Just to throw in close.
Been on the ball there, took it out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what needs to change. Like for me, it's like I think Bowyer's got a plan with this, and for me, I think I'd be like, okay, let's go back to basics. Let's stick the wingers on. Let's get the ball in directly to Duke, and let's see what we can do. But I think it's not that simple.
No, I'm just tempted to think that 4-4-2 might work better at the moment. Ball comes in from Rotherham. Oh, they are knocking on the door. They're definitely knocking on the door.
I just think
cross comes in.
We need to change something because we can't just keep playing like this. If we go to 4-4-2, more of a sort of structure to us, bit less fluid maybe, but we might be a bit more organised at the back. And I think it is important that we don't lose this game.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one, but Rotherham definitely look up for it, and fair play to them as well because they've played a lot of games and they're playing with a lot of energy. It's just whether they can keep it out for the entire game.
I think the three at the back is proving difficult because we are attacking with those sort of wing back wingers. We are vulnerable, which is what Rotherham are exploiting. That's how they keep getting beating the offside trap and beating the back three, which is why they keep getting balls into the box.
Last night. Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah, not too bad at all.
I'd say Paul Warren rocks the black roller neck jumper pretty well, doesn't he? Very James Bond.
Yeah, man. I don't think I could quite pull that off.
I don't think so. I think I'm not quite amusing, actually. Rotherham again. And I think that's a goal kick. But yeah, it's actually Rotherham are getting more and more possession. I'd be interested to know what the possession stats are. But it's basically when Rotherham at the moment, the summary is when Rotherham attack, is according to them, when Rotherham attack, they look dangerous and there's a chance. When we attack, nothing seems to happen most of the time. That's pretty much how the game's going at the moment. And they've got a corner again. 42 minutes gone. So Cam Blues hang on to half time.
I'm just thinking about me being in that stand there.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where it would be. It's a beautiful day for it as well.
It was.
As well. Oh, it would have been the one. I can't wait. Next season, though, it's not far away and it could happen. And it's just like...
Exactly.
I just think the idea of going to a game again and seeing human beings would be weird.
And do you know what I was looking because Sheffield United have got relegated and I like their game there. So I really like that stadium. So that's a good away day. But interestingly, it's here's the thing: teams that might be coming up from League One.
Lico.
Oh, hello.
Lico's breaking forward. What can he do?
Go on.
Decision making. He's going to have a go.
Pass it.
That's it. He's done it. He has. Hit it. Oh.
What if he did? He needs to do it earlier. There
was a slight bit of hesitation there. No.
When he's got the advantage, he's got the ball, pass it. What he does is he goes, I think I'll just do a bit more few more step overs. But anyway, what I was going to say was...
You could see that he was trying to create an opening for himself to shoot. He then saw someone in a bit of space. Then there was a second where he was like, do I give the ball, do I shoot? And then he gave it.
Yeah. Yeah, because in that situation, you would normally think, I'm running towards the box, I'm going to have a striker with me, and I've got the defender in front of me. At the moment, the best option would be to pass to him. If I can do it, I will, but it's the best option is to pass, and he doesn't seem to be able to make decisions quickly enough. Like you said, you can see him thinking, I could do this, I could do that. Yeah,
exactly.
Lou's giving it a go before half-time. We've got just over a minute left of the first half. And I think, do you know what, Joe? I think we've seen a bit of tension in Blues. I think that's part of the problem today. A little bit, not too bad, but definitely a little bit of tension, I think. They're not playing quite... There's mistakes happening, clearing out from the back and stuff. There are a few mistakes happening today. So I think Bowyer needs to get into the half-time, have a word.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's happy with what he's seen at the minute.
No.
But positive to take is that they could have scored. They could have scored twice, and we're still in this game. We need to wake up. I think Bowyer is the sort of manager that does take action though. Like he's done it before. He saw something's not working in the game where I can't remember which game it was, but it was the one where McCree was playing left wing back.
Yeah.
He changed it at half time. He went back to a 4-4-2. He put McCree in a more familiar role. And he was like, okay. I don't think he's scared to make those changes. So I'm thinking we might see a little bit of a different structure to us at half time. The question is whether we make a sub or not. And Duke almost gave the ball to McCree then in a great position. But it's just a bit too much on it for him. But it'd be lovely if we could get something before half time. But I'd be happy to go in at 0-0 right at the
Definitely.
minute.
I think Blues just really pushing it in the last couple of minutes here. Blues are trying to go exactly for that late lead goal. But you're right. I think clearly something's not right, and he's going to have to change things around. And like you say, whether he does it at half time or whether he does it sort of 10 minutes into the second half, I can see substitutions happening definitely. Because at the moment, all that's going to happen is at some point Rotherham are going to get a goal. But let's see, we've got Gary Gardner on the wing. It's a throw to Blues, I think.
Here we go. Do you reckon Lee Bowyer will bring himself on? Do a little.
Who what?
I'll sort it. Chris here playing Glenn Hoddle, playing manager. 4-6 v Swindon in the 90s. I didn't know he was playing manager.
Oh, it's a Mark Roberts long throw incoming.
Oh, another one. We've got so far 3-0 and one has resulted in a Rotherham shot. So let's see if we can get some.
There we go.
They're not working today, are they?
No, they're not working today, as they never have.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a bit of a wild. That's an unwarranted, unforced error. That's not good. We shouldn't be doing that. And look, now we're under pressure.
He's done well there.
He has. But we're just getting ourselves into these situations at the moment. He's just looking a bit ragged.
Tedden. Oh,
go on.
He's
offside. Yeah, he's offside. That'll be it, surely.
Poor. It's poor. There just seems to be some sort of lacking communication. And
yeah. Something's not clicking. But do you know what? Do you know the good thing Joe will say is what's good is we know that Lee Bowyer will know exactly what's wrong and exactly what to do. If this was Karanka, like San Jose would come on for Djukovic or something, we would think, what's going on? So at least we know he'll identify it. Yeah, half time, 0-0. And Blues definitely need to do something to get the advantage, which they should be able to do, I would think, in the second half. Let's hope so.
I hope so. 0-0 at the break. Let's see.
Is it not Will?
Stream in a turtle shell.
Will Hickney. Sorry, Jay. Will Hickney says Paul Warren's looking like Steve Jobs at the moment.
That's pretty accurate, to be fair.
That's superb.
Gareth, I think Hogan. The only reason Hogan's not starting is because he's not fully fit. So hopefully, hopefully he's got half an hour in him, 20 minutes in him. We can see him second half because. He's been good for us actually, hasn't he? He was on fire when he first joined. Last January, was it? And
yes, yeah.
He struggled after the break. He's come back this season. I think it's been one of them where it's more like, yes, you're not setting the world alight, but he's definitely doing a job. And I think if you can get that consistency, oh my God, that is.
Paul Warren,
spot on.
Sorry, Jay. Sorry, I did my usual of interrupting you.
No. But I think it's good. Like he's becoming one of them players that we can sort of rely on, and he's consistent, and he's
yeah.
I think that's the thing with Hogan. He's always been a bit either on fire or doing nothing, and I think he's actually finding a bit of balance in the middle. If you know what I mean.
I think spot on because you hit the nail on the head there. He either is working really well or it's not worth having him on the pitch. And now, when he's not scoring goals, he's still doing a lot of hold-up play, passing, getting the ball moved around. So he's a useful player, like any player should be. Especially a striker, you should still be able to contribute even if you're not scoring. And he's definitely doing more of that, which is good to see. Definitely.
Yeah, a lot of people saying Lecco needs to come off.
Charlie,
Dex says Seddon's been class. I want to see him start more often.
Yeah.
My dad is cycling while watching the Birmingham game. Fair play.
Oh, that's quite. I presume is that on an indoor bike, not outdoors, like with his phone like that.
Hopefully it is, yeah. Hopefully, it's just in a bush at the minute. But yeah, I mean, I was looking at our top scorers then, and I mean, there's not a lot of goals. We've really not scored a lot of goals this season, have we?
Who's our top scorer, Joe? Is it Juki?
It's Hogan.
Is it? How many's got? About 5.
It's how many?
5.
7. 7 goals from 32 games. Oh, so that's, yeah, not great.
Yeah.
Goals per 90 is 0.29. Duke has got 5 in 39.
But he actually scored 3 in about 5, hasn't he? Out of that.
Yeah. So before it was 2 goals in like 34 games.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, it's better from Duke. Duke's got a goals per 90 of 0.2 now. 439 minutes per goal. So it's not. And then we've got Jeremy Bella on 3, Mark Roberts on 3, Harley Dean on 3, and then yeah. But
yeah, it's not outstanding, is it? Because how many did Juki get when he was playing with Shea a couple of seasons ago? Did he get 14?
Like 10 or 11? Was it? No, he got like, I'm sure he got like double figures in both goals and assists. He got.
That was it. Yeah.
Hold on.
I think it was about 14. Like I say, 10 goals, 4 assists, something like that in the end.
And I mean, like talking about our point earlier, most assists. Bella with 6 assists, and then Sanchez with 5.
Oh, really? Yeah, because that is interesting that they've just not featured. And I'm not saying that's the wrong decision, because clearly it isn't, because we played really, really well. But it just makes me wonder, like if he did play one or both of them, in say a 4-4-2 or something, would they work? Because everyone else has improved since Bowyer's come in, haven't they? Everyone's picked up. Everyone's playing much better. For me, I'd just be interested to see one or both of them play maybe a half or just come on as a sub, because they've not. Has Bella even come on as a sub?
I don't know. I think he might have like once.
He might have done. Sanchez, because he got injured, he hasn't played at all, has he? I don't think under Bowyer. So yeah. Which in some ways is good, because you think, well, we've still got those 2 players. But like you said, they may well feel, well, we're not part of this in the summer and say, right, we want to get out of here.
I've just been looking at some tweets, and Jack, 1875 JA says, you think we'd have played 2 midweek games watching this, the way that we're playing at the minute.
Yeah,
and that's actually quite spot on, because we do look like the tired team. I know we've got a lot of energy about us and that, but Rotherham are like on us, and it's, to be fair, I think it's less about the energy and it's just more we're making mistakes that we weren't usually making before, and it's them, like you mentioned many a time in our recent streams, those simple ones that go unnoticed, little passes going astray, defensive organisation a little bit off. And they've almost had 2 really good chances from that.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that those mistakes go back to the reason we used to make mistakes when under Karanka, and whenever Blues have been bad, we make lots of mistakes. It's all down to a slight lack of confidence or tension or pressure. And I think today they are feeling a bit tense, and so therefore they are making those mistakes. And I think that's why Bowyer's going to just say, stop effing about. There's nothing to be scared of. Play like you've always played, under me anyway. He just needs to say, look, sort yourselves out. Just take your time with the ball, pass the ball, knock it about a bit, because we can do it. What we're doing is we're allowing the situation, I think, to get the better of us. And I think they just need to concentrate on playing football. They're just showing on Sky, by the way, the Pedersen defensive move, which could well have been a handball in the box.
Yeah,
he was and it hit his chest and his arm. I think if that had been VAR, if it had been VAR, it'd probably get given a penalty against us.
And you've seen this one, where's Harding on Seddon?
On Seddon, again, see, that could have... Technically,
I mean, he would have been soft, but technically he's kicked his leg.
Yeah.
So
and VAR would have given him... They did a game the other day on VAR. What game was it? And he just kicked the back of his ankle, and they gave a penalty. I think it's in one of the. It's one of the Champions League games. I think. It was Dortmund, Man City. Talking of which, I watched both of those games, and it's so nice to see that everyone else is realising how brilliant Jude Bellingham is. And you just think, every game you watch him. I say you watch him now, and you think, yes, okay, he's playing against all these elite players, but essentially he's doing pretty much the same stuff as he did, like when I saw his first game down at Portsmouth, his first ever game. And just,
that's crazy.
He's just moved it up. Did you see that interview where the interviewer said, "Do you have to pinch yourself that you're playing amongst all these elite players?" And you went, "No." He said, "Because I've worked really hard and I'm quite good at football, so I deserve to be here." And I thought, get him, because he's he's incredibly humble, isn't he? He's so humble, but he also doesn't take any crap from anybody, which is the same as he plays on the pitch. I mean, he's what I love. And again, you have seen him every game. He was like 16, and he was playing in all these team of men, and he's shouting, "Hey, do that! What you come back there!" He's being an on-field boss. He's being a team leader, a captain. But he does it not because he thinks he's better. It's just he sees what's wrong. So he says it and he tells people. And he's just moved everything he did at Birmingham. He's just carried it over to Dortmund, and it's brilliant to see. Absolutely brilliant to see. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like for me, it was always about the step up and how he would adapt to it, and whether he would fit in, and he just has. Like it's not phased him at all. Whether it's at Dortmund, whether it's in the Champions League for them, whether it's playing for England, it's just like a game of football is a game of football. Like that's just it to him. Whether he's on the park, you know what I mean, or he's at,
you've nailed it, Joe. You've nailed it.
Exactly the same for him.
Yeah,
the pressure doesn't get to him or anything like that.
It's harder. The games are more difficult, so he just has to play better. That's how he sees it. I mean, you're right.
And at the same time, he's playing with better people as well. He's against better people, but he's playing with a higher quality of people. And like I feel like you can sort of bounce that energy bounces off you. Where he very much get frustrated at Blues when he can't do this, that, and the other. He'll see a pass and he'll make the pass because he knows that someone's going to get on the end of it. Whereas if he was stuck with us for a couple more years, he'd be a bit more reserved maybe and be a bit more okay. What's a simple?
Well, you have to adapt to who you're playing against. So that's like you say if Messi signed for Swindon. He'd be the best player at Swindon, but he wouldn't be anywhere near as good as he is playing at Barcelona because you're right. There's no point in being able to do a brilliant pass if you do it and there's no one there, or if you make a run and no one can get the ball to you. You can only reach the level. You can reach the level of everyone around you, and you can be the best at that. But you can't be better than the players you're playing with. So you're absolutely right. So that's why it's so good. He plays his style and everything he does. He's just transferred it. And again, watching comments, and they said, "Oh, he runs everywhere. He's back in defence." And it's like, yeah, that's what he does. And he did it for Birmingham, and he's doing it for Dortmund, and he does it for England. And that's what's so great to see. It's just the same player, like you said, just on a different level, but he does everything the same, and he's only going to get better. He's still 17.
Exactly. I was talking to my mate before, and it was like, might have a. Going to Dortmund's the best thing he could have done because he's getting game time, he's getting 90 minutes all the time, he's developing, and then they were like, yeah, it is true, but it might be hard for him to leave. And I was like, even if he stays there for 5 years, he'll end his contract being 22.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And then he can do whatever he wants to do. But I'm so glad he made that decision to go there and not to somewhere.
100%, because there's the news saying that Chelsea were after him and they wanted to pay 100 million and all that. It's like, and people said, no, he won't go to Chelsea. It'll be his decision. He won't go to Chelsea because that would be a stupid move. Because also, not only is he settled at Dortmund and he's learning and he's getting game time and he'd get much less game time at Chelsea, but if he suddenly went for 100 million, although he's resilient and takes it on the chin and he's pretty calm, that would put an enormous amount of pressure on him. There'd be no benefit. What's the benefit? You're in a team that's really successful. You're playing in the Champions League and you're playing again with really good players and you're really enjoying it there. You've just made a move out of the Championship. You're right. He needs to stay there for 3 or 4 years before thinking of going elsewhere. And he'll be amazing. And he'll still only be, like you say, in his early 20s.
By the way, guys, do get in your halftime comments. Let us know what you thought about. Yeah, no worries. Let us know what you thought about the first half. We do talk about some random stuff, but we are reading your chats. Don't worry. make sure you like the video as well, and we'll see what we can do in the second half. I'm praying we can get a win. Adore Sleep says McGree's energy is so important. Such a good all-round player too. He could be a vital player if we got him on a permanent. Exactly. I think with him, like it's a difficult one because we've only really seen. We've only really seen him since Bowyer's come in. He's had little bits here and there under Karanka, but he's had a bit of a run now. And I'm thinking, let's see what he can do from now to the end of the season and what option we have on him. I really don't. It's such a weird situation because he's with a club that doesn't currently exist. I don't know if they're. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we've got an option on him, but my concern is that we might not have seen quite enough from him to get him on a permanent. And again, same with Halilovic. Like if we get one, we probably won't get the other sort of thing. I think Miles says, I think Leko's looked the best attacking outlet in that first half. Yeah, I mean, listen, we've been slating him a lot and he's been frustrating at times. He's been making mistakes, but at the same time, he's shown little sparks. I think the thing that frustrates me with it is just his decision making isn't quite there. He's got pace. He's definitely a threat, but he's just a little bit frustrating at times. I think he needs a goal, and I think he needs to settle himself down. But I've been saying this for the whole season, pretty much. People are saying it's a pen on Sky. I don't know if that's for Blues or for Rotherham, but it's probably for us. Or is that to do with the handball? Let us know. Adore Sleep, I think with half-time, I don't know if we'll make any changes at half-time, but we might adjust the system a little bit. Maybe if he does go to 4 at the back, he'll put Pedersen left back and he might take Seddon off or even keep Seddon in more of a left mid position. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, they've just said on Sky, Blues players are back out on the pitch, ready to go. I'm surely Bowyer would have had a word with him, and I think it'll be more the case of, let's see how the first 10 minutes go. Let's see how the first 15 minutes go. And then if we need to make some changes, we will do. But I don't think there's been any changes. You've got your coffee. Adore Sleep says Sanchez doesn't fit in this system, which is a shame. And that's something that we've both sort of put. But I think, long term, don't know what's going to happen with that. But yeah, I think it gives us the opportunity to change system, though. Like, when it's not going our way, when we haven't quite got the outlets that we need, we can, I mean, in this current situation, we've got the option to bring them on. It's just whether Bowyer sees that as a useful option that it would work. But I think, I don't know, if we can't score a goal, it's worth a go, isn't it? I'd much rather bring them on, but then you're thinking maybe you bring Hogan on, but I don't know. Cosgrove is definitely a no. I don't think he's ready. I don't think
is he not ready? Why is he not ready, Joe? What do you think? What's the reason he's not?
I mean, the thing is, I haven't seen enough from him. But I mean, that you know what? It's difficult because he hasn't had a lot of game time, has he? But I've just not seen enough from him to have confidence in him changing the game. If I saw him come on instead of Duke, I don't know enough about him really.
Yeah, exactly. I
think I'd rather see him get some game time when we're already winning, or when I don't know, when it's Duke's knackered and we need to bring someone on, then more than a tactical sort of thing. But that's just me.
And also not sort of just 5 minutes before the end of the game, because that's all he's got so far, isn't he? The last couple of minutes, so no one can make a difference in that time. Yeah.
Does Seddon's contract expire at the end of this season? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm going to pop to the loo quickly before it kicks off. I mean, it's kicking off in a sec. But I don't know if you want to read through a couple of chats or something.
I will. Yeah.
But, let us know your thoughts as well. I've blasted through a few Jaffa cakes, but I'm starting the game tomorrow, so it's all good.
So we're just about to kick off. We've got Jaffa cakes ready. So as Joe said, it's not quite working at the moment. There's something not quite right. I don't quite know what it is. Doesn't look like there's any changes. So we've got the same team. So let's see how we perform in the second half. And let's just have a look at the comments here. Mark Harlan says, I think Halilovic is just on a short-term contract. Is it just the end of this season? It should be a shame if it is, because he really is different gravy. But I think, is he actually with the club at the moment, or is he a free agent? I'm not sure. Jake says, I think Bella and Sanchez will leave. It'd be a shame if they did, but like as we were saying, if they don't fit into the system that Bowyer's playing, we've just kicked off, by the way, 30 seconds ago. if they don't fit into the system, then they're not going to get game time, and they may choose to leave, or it may be a case that they're going to be sold because they're not part of his plans. But it's a shame because I think most of us really like Bella and Sanchez, but Bella is certainly a favourite for the fans. So yeah, have to see what happens there. It'll be interesting to see if they get any game time before the end of the season. I think that'll tell us a lot. Good defensive tackle there from Roberts, and Rotherham have a throw in. 46 and a bit minutes gone. Adore Sleep says Sanchez is far too good a player to be a squad player in the Championship, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. He should be playing regularly. But again, if he doesn't fit into the system, then he's not able to benefit the team if he's not going to benefit the system. So we'll just have to see. There must be a reason for Sanchez and Bella not being included.
Anything happened?
No. There's been a throw-in from Rotherham and sort of a bit of running about. Oh, here we go. Ball into the box. Oh, and that's well wide. And it's not wide. It's defended by someone, possibly Pedersen.
I've got a message from Will.
Yes.
Is it possible to do free on a stream? I'll have a look for the last few games. Might try getting a little half-time guest in. And what I did
like an expert, Joe, knows what they're talking about. That'd be quite
good. I did one before where I got at half-time I'd get an opposition fan in, but
that's a great idea.
Just as well to get just get a couple people. Oh no! Get it off the line. Off the line there, but Will definitely looking into that and appreciate your support, man. It's good. It's good knowing that it's amazing knowing we've got people that far away as well, like watching the streams and that. Yeah. I'm glad we can help you out and hope you enjoy the vlogs as well when we're back. And even then, even when we're not doing streams, like I'm gonna get people to send in clips as well of their thoughts, like before the match and stuff to include in the vlog. But speaking of that, another difficult start. We just started the first half and it looked a bit scrappy then defensively once more, and that will concern Bowyer. But we've survived that one off the line there. It was
Rotherham.
It was loose. Rotherham again, edge of the box. That's a goal. I'm telling you what, we are walking on thin ice at the minute. It's a tightrope on thin ice. Which is probably more safe, I suppose. But you know what I mean.
We are. It's the old diving.
It's a tightrope made of thin ice. That's what it is. There you go. There's the quote.
I'm loving it, mate. I'm loving it. Oh, that was
Pedersen there. I think the keeper might have had it covered. But oh yeah. My God.
But that said,
it's just showing a replay. Etheridge in
off the line.
No man's land there. He came out for it where he probably shouldn't have. There was too many players in between, and we've got a goal kick now. And we can have a bit of a breather. But Swaino, we can't keep doing this. I think
Joe, it's the same as the first half. It hasn't changed, except that Rotherham are attacking even more.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
God, this is terrible.
We've had another message saying Sanchez is far too good
to
be a squad player in a Championship, in my opinion. I know what you mean, mate. I do agree with you. And I think the same with Bella, to be honest. When we signed Bella, I know, like, even before Karanka, when it was back in, was it back in the last season, December or something?
Something like that.
We got him. He came in and he's a really good winger. And if we can play, we can, get him involved and him and Sanchez involved in some sort of way, then I'd love that. I think it would be a shame, it would be a shame. We've had a lot of occasions where we've had good players that just haven't fitted the system and we've had to lose them.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit of it's like a symptom of this constant change of system. Every single season when we get a new manager in that has a new system, we'll get good players that suit that. We'll even do a bit of an overhaul, and then they go, the system changes, they don't fit in. It's difficult, which is why I'm hoping that this Bowyer thing, it's more of a long-term vision, and we don't tear apart the squad in the summer. We can make small improvements that fit the system that he wants to play, and maybe some good players will be sacrificed for it, which is disappointing. But at the end of the day, oh God, it's a really difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult one, but if they don't fit the system and they're never going to be played, then they're going to be unhappy and they're probably going to want to leave. And you can't change your whole football philosophy, I guess, to fit a player.
That's Joe. Because I responded to that when you were at the room actually, and I said exactly the same. Unfortunately, however good they are, if they don't fit the system that we're playing, then they're not going to get the game time, so they're not going to be useful to the team. So, but I was saying that Duke is down, old man. This could be a bit more serious.
Say as well, I think Etheridge is slightly worrying me in this game. There's been quite a few occasions where he's come out to try and punch things away. He's come off his line and he's not got there. He's not got anywhere near it. And I feel like he might be better suited, like with how physical these are and how tall they are and the amount of people they've got in the box, it might be better for him to just sort of stay on his line and stand his ground, because he's not meeting these crosses. He's not meeting these. He's not winning these aerial battles.
If that's his weakness, his crosses, because he's a brilliant shot stopper. He's really good, and he makes amazing saves. But when crosses come in high balls, and they obviously know that, but they are getting. I just don't understand what is just the team as a whole. We're under a real attack, and we're clearing balls off the line. We're doing last ditch tackles, and it's quite. I have to say, I'm really impressed with how Rotherham are playing this game. And you certainly wouldn't think that a number of these players are playing their fourth game in a week.
No, exactly. And credit to Rotherham for that, man. They're clearly they've had a difficult season, but they are up for it and they want to stay in this league. And I think that's a real credit to them. And I thought the same when they went down before. I think they're a great side, and that it would be a shame to see them go down, but rather than us at the end of the day.
No, exactly.
There are a lot of teams just in free fall at the minute. You look at Sheffield Wednesday, you think, they probably deserve to go down. But with these, it's difficult. Some teams though, they don't really kick on until it's too late.
But it's interesting, and it's all about momentum. Is like I was saying. So, if we lost them today, and everyone thinks, it's the end of the world. But if you've got teams like Derby who are plummeting and their momentum is downwards, then it's Derby who are going to be the ones who Rotherham could have well overtake Derby, and they're in their place because of the way things are going. So, you've got to look at how Rotherham are playing as a team and how their momentum is, and at the moment it's certainly better than Derby's is. But that doesn't mean I want us to lose. I wouldn't. I suppose at the moment, here's a question then for you, Joe. I've just thought of this. Would you be happy with a point now, considering how they're playing, or do you think?
I would take a point here, mate. I would take a point.
I think I would.
I think it's one of them. I think for us, it's a must not lose, and I don't know if there's a bit of pressure behind that for us, because
I think that's it.
We've gone against teams where there's probably less expectation of us to win.
Yeah,
and again, it's that mentality thing again, and we're here, and it's like, okay, we should be beating Rotherham. We've beat these top six sides. We've Neil Warnock in the stand. But we've beat sides that we probably should. We're not expecting to beat all of them, and it's like, we might lose, and it'll be all right. Here, it's just a different ball game. It's a 6-pointer, and it's about how mentally strong the team is. And Bowyer's come in and he's done a great job as well. But, it's not going to change overnight, this mentality. Exactly. And you can see it. Bowyer's telling them what to do. He's got a good system. But what's going wrong today? It's those little individual errors, isn't it, again? It's that lack of cohesiveness, which it's the same system that we've played against other teams. What's changed?
Here we go.
Lecco's not made the best run there, but McCree, can he get there? Not quite, and he's given the free kick.
Why didn't Cheeky knock it out to Lico? He should have knocked it out to Lico.
Yeah, I think he waited a bit too long.
Decision making's not good by everyone today. Was that Wes Harding doing the attack? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes. It's like we said, that when Blues are at their worst, it's all down to confidence, mistakes, bad decision making. We're not at that level, but there's definitely a hint of it today. There's definitely a hint of tension and a lack of belief and cohesion from everybody. Ball in from the wing, and that's straight out for a goal kick, I think.
Charlie says, "Where's the hat, mate?"
Should I put it on anyway? This is really for goals, but because I look so great in it. So there you go. Put it on for a minute or two. I'll tell you what. I'll put it on for another until we get our next shot on goal, and I'll take it off, because technically this is the goal-scoring hat. And the Rotherham keeper with the big ginger beard is going to take the goal kick. 55, nearly 56 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. And if anything, Rotherham are playing better and Blues are playing worse than in the first half. And nothing's changed. And I would think surely in the next 5-10 minutes, Bowyer's got to bring on someone else and maybe change formation, because it's not only not working, it's actually, as I say, getting worse. So, I don't know. Eat your Jaffa cakes. Jake, I've had 3 already. I feel sick. But I'll have another one in a bit.
The Jaffas aren't doing it for me either. I've tried every good omen in the book.
I'm feeling tense today, Joe. Are you feeling? I'm just feeling a bit like I'm not really enjoying the game, I have to say.
A little bit. It's almost like when
yellow card.
Some of the earlier games in the season, but at the end of the day, we're still in the game. But like I say, we are walking on a tightrope made out of thin ice. So
that's the best analogy ever. That is. Just mix it all up. It's great. I love it. I just want to say, is it someone earlier? So was it Joe JS mentioned? Because I was asked about Halilovic. Where we signed him from, and I said I thought he was a free agent, and I think he said yes, he was a free agent when we signed him on loan. So technically, he hasn't got a club to go back to. Ball comes in for Blues, and nothing happens, and it's hooked back in. And Gardner,
one he is. What's that? Corner.
That's corner to Blues. So that's the most attack we've had. 7 there. He's playing well today. I'm going to take the hat off now because it's bad luck. An ice rope.
Mate, I think that's great.
That's great. They're walking on an ice rope. There you go. You can trademark that one. Right. 57 minutes. We've got a corner.
Come on, Blues. Please. Let's just take the pressure off. Get a goal here. Simple stuff. Get your nut on it. And again. Back in. One of yours. Oh. Put a name on it.
It's all just not very good, is it?
Well, what I said at half time, we had a comment and it was saying, do you think we're going to make a change at half time? I said, I think, we'll see how we settle into the second half. We almost conceded, typical. But 15 minutes played now, and I think it's one of them where Bowyer's going to be like, okay, I've had the team talk. They've gone back out. It's the same. Let's make a change now. I hope so anyway. Yeah,
I think maybe, I don't know why he didn't make a change at half time. I mean, obviously, no one's been. I think the reason perhaps he didn't make a change at half time is because no one has actually been playing noticeably worse. I know we're saying Lico, but no one's played particularly well. So it's not a case of, he's having a terrible game and everyone else is playing well. So I don't think there would have been an advantage at that point. It's a case of let's see how they get on in the second half. Let's give it 10 minutes. But you're right. I think that he's got to make a change or two soon. I agree. To be honest, I thought maybe, I don't know, do you take Lico off this early? I suppose you might. Depends on how fit Hogan is. If Hogan can last.
I don't know. I don't know. I hope he's fit enough for half an hour, because I think he'd really, give him something to think about. Yeah, exactly. Rotherham got a few players warming up as well. I think obviously this 5 change thing is really, really going to help them today. Hogan is warming up.
Didn't show any Blues players warming up there, did they?
No.
Doesn't mean they're not.
Slightly blurred.
Oh, right. I'll tell you who's been underwhelming as well, apart from clearance off the line, was Gary Gardner. He's not been as prevalent as he normally is.
Come on, Lico. He's kept it in.
Now, get the ball in. That was so.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Okay, so basically, what Lico did there was he got the ball, and then I just want to check I've got this right. That this is what he actually did, because it was really poor. So he beats Bailey down the wing. He keeps it in level with the penalty area, and just kicks it at the feet of Collan. And it deflects off for a goal kick. And then that was just so poor. I'm sorry, Jonathan. You just need, you need time at a League One club, I think, because it's just not happening. I'm assuming the only reason he's still on is because Hogan really easy.
Well, I see we've not got any other options, man. I'd love it if we could get someone like that Nisbet or something in the summer, but I don't know what the whole situation is with the embargo anyway. This, that, and the other. I ain't got a clue. So,
Joe, I've got a question for you, and for anyone. So, if you think of what Lico's doing at the moment, his role, he's trying to keep the ball, beat players, and cut in occasionally and have a shot on goal. So, what's the difference between him and Jeremy Bella today in that role?
Yeah,
I'm missing something. I mean, clearly Bella would be better at everything that Lico's doing. So, is there something else that Lico's got at the moment that is better than what Bella can offer? Because I
I'm not sure.
think of what that would be.
I know what you mean, though. Like, I don't see why he couldn't play there. We've got Sanchez warming up as well.
Yeah. Come on, bring the wingers on, because I think that would
Bring them on. Give them a go.
4-4-2. I would bring Bella, Sanchez, and Harper on. I don't know who'd come off, but that's a detail. But
yeah. What, and have Duke up top on his own?
Yeah, maybe.
Get the ball into him.
There's a delay at the moment because McDonald's down for Rotherham, so he's being treated on the sideline for a leg injury of some sort, or is he just changing his boots?
Yeah,
he's got. Jobs is looking relaxed in the Rotherham dugout there. Just thinking about the new iPhone.
He's like a Wish.com Pep Guardiola, isn't he? Like, spot on. Got an Apple Watch. Did you like that one?
Oh God, that really tickled me. That was hilarious. Oh, come on, folks in the chat, give him a thumbs up for that. Thumbs up this stream, because if for nothing else, that was superb. That was superb. I'll probably find that much funnier than anyone else, but that was so mate. Here you go, Joe. Hats off to you, mate, because that was tremendous. Well done.
Appreciate it. Will says, I don't know the situation with the stadium next season. Will they be closed off while they do the repairs? I think they said it's not going to be fixed for the season starting. So what is it? The Tilton closed. And
Tilton and the Cop. So not like your main important stands. Yeah, the Tilton and the Cop.
Jesus Christ. So like we're going to be in the...
We're in the railway end, in the old the Gilmerick.
Oh, it'd be nice being back there. To be
honest, would it be interesting actually if they ended up putting like loads of season ticket holders up in the Gilmerick, and then they open the Cop and the Tilton, and everyone goes, "Actually, you're all right. I prefer it up here."
The thing is, though, our allocation. We're gonna have 25% of our available allocation, which means we'll probably have like 15,000, maybe even less, maybe like 12,000, and it'll be 25% of that. Probably, because obviously you can't have everyone so close to each other, and if there's only two stands available, we're gonna have no one there, pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be another entertaining start to the season. I just going back to what you were saying though about consistency of managers. Every season recently we said, can we just have 2 seasons with the same manager? That's literally all I want from my football club at the moment is 2 seasons with the same manager, so that the players and the system is consistent. I did say that, and I wanted that with Karanka. But then he proved to be incompetent. So it's one of them. Some of them are. So it's like that's what I've wanted, and I think with Bowyer, it's like okay, let's give him the time. I want someone who just. Karanka he just seemed to be in denial for a lot of the time. And didn't seem bothered. But we've got a manager here that gets the club, he knows them, he's bothered, he cares about Birmingham City, I'm very sure. Good connection with the fans, he's straight up with the players, his simple tactics, his blues. Let's keep hold of him, please. Let's not. Someone put on Twitter, they tweeted, it was a newspaper article, I don't know which paper it was, it looked like The Sun or something. But it was about Harley Dean talking about Lee Bowyer and how he used to be his idol, because Harley Dean's a West Ham fan. When he was a kid, he used to have Bowyer's name on the back of his shirt. And he was saying that he was brilliant as a manager. And he was surprised because his personality on the pitch was very aggressive.
And he said, when he came in, he said, I was expecting that, and I was really quite pleasantly shocked. He's very calm. He said he's very calm. He always speaks slowly at the same pitch, whatever's happened. And he said the other thing, which is really interesting, the difference between him and Karanka, he said that Bowyer gives them the team a day before the game. He said Karanka would do it an hour before, and we wouldn't know what we were doing because we'd only just found out the team just before we went on the pitch. So you think, surely you've got to tell the players longer than an hour before what's happening, because you've got to then say, well, this is the team and this is how we're going to play. But yeah, so he's singing the praises of Bowyer, said he's brilliant. He's made a massive change. So yeah, I think, just please, I think every Blues fan says, let's just keep him for this season and the whole of next season. Let's just at least have that consistency, because everything off the pitch is sort of going nuts as ever.
Yeah, I'm just sick of us constantly changing. And I do think this is a manager that we can do that with. And I know I say the same thing every season, but we're not going to go anywhere if we don't have any sort of consistency. Great turn by Lecco there.
Great turn. Got caught.
I thought he lost the ball, but it was a Megnuts. And,
I think he got caught as he lost the ball.
Yeah, so he was a bit of a lucky one that.
He was lucky there, yeah.
Turn. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Wood's been given a yellow card for them. We can see if we can get the ball in the box, but I think it's time for a change.
Gordon said, when we were talking about what's wrong with the Merrick stand? No, nothing's wrong with the Gil Merrick. What I was saying was that like if you're a season ticket holder and you've got your ticket in the Tilton or the Cop, and that's where you sit and you know everyone around you. When you get moved to somewhere else, it's like the Gil Merrick, then obviously you're not near all those people, so it's not quite the same experience. But I actually I've only been now once. I've sat in the Gil Merrick Cup and it was brilliant. It gives a really good view, which is, so I was saying it could be quite interesting when fans, if they are put up in there for a time, you might find a lot of fans say, oh, actually, I like it, I might stay here. Which then gives Blues a problem because they always close the Gil Merrick. But you might find it's a great view. You sat up there, haven't you, Joe? Up in the.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I mean, we went back there for when we played Cov away, and that was great. It was just like walking down memory lane,
Yeah.
Apart from we weren't very good still, so.
Yeah, no, that was I was in the lower for that, and it was great atmosphere. Great. Very fun.
When I used to sit in, to be fair, that might be. I mean, listen, I'm not that superstitious, but that could be the thing that makes Blues good again, because it was sort of when I moved to the Cop Corner that we became pretty bad.
Oh, that could be it.
So, I mean, listen, I'm just saying.
Hey, we'll take anything, Joe. Just for an update for everyone, 68 minutes gone, and the reason we're just doing a lot of chatting is there's not a huge amount happening. Rotherham have got a corner at the moment, and they're all standing miles out of the box. They're all running in a line, 5 of them, and it's cleared by Blues. So basically, Blues have had the ball. It's been just bobbling around again. It's really pretty scrappy. 69 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. It's a little less Rotherham than the first few minutes, but they're still looking more likely to score as they are now. Right across goal, no one there. Things haven't changed. I'm really surprised now as we're getting towards the 70th minute that that Bowyer hasn't made a change. What do you make of that?
Yeah, get him out. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite. To be fair, I'm surprised he hasn't made a change. Yeah, I think he surely has to any minute now. 20 minutes to go. There's probably going to be a good 5, 6, 7 minutes added time. Freddie Webber saying we're about 3 months behind. Spurs won the Carabao Cup, Southampton won the Man City are champions, and Real Madrid won the Champions League. So that's his Freddie.
Freddie, he's not wrong though. Yeah, we are definitely about 3 months behind. But in some ways, it's quite good for you watching, because you know what's to come. So if something terrible happens, you know that we're blissfully unaware of what's coming. And if something great happens, you can look forward to seeing our excited little faces.
Yeah, so, we're an action replay.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Sanchez. See, that's a bit, you already know. We're now excited. Sanchez. Now, this is the first time Sanchez has played under Lee Bowyer, I'm pretty sure. Is it not? I'm pretty sure it is. Tell me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. But either way, even if he hasn't been on, he's been on as a sub.
Is he going into a number 10, or are we changing the formation around a little bit and maybe putting Seddon further forward with Sanchez the other side? Let's have a look.
Well, we might go back to 4 at the back if that's the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Would Seddon be out on the left still and Sanchez on the right? Yeah. And then Colin would drop back and we'd be 4-4-2?
Yeah, unless it was a straight swap. But I don't think Sanchez would be in the number 10.
I don't. We'll see.
Let's have to have a look. I miss when Sanchez used to come from these areas when the ball would be around there and then he'd just burst forward.
Yeah.
And he'd get all the way to the edge of the box, and then he'd be like, oh, they'd turn back because no one was up there with him.
Everyone's looking at me. Oh no, the pressure. I'm really pleased he's come on there. Let's see. But it'd be interesting to see, if we do, if we have changed formation. So I think, obviously, if we have changed to sort of 4-4-2, then I'll give Liko a few more minutes, and then definitely get Hogan on. But let's see. Anything else in the chat, Joe? Anything of interest?
I'm just trying to figure out what formation we're playing at the minute. He does.
Has Colin dropped back to right back? That's what we need. Oh, that's a foul by Seddon.
Yeah, he's playing quite hard. To be fair, I think he is that. Let's have a look at the chat. My dad talked about being in the terraces watching Trevor Francis, Archie Gemmell and Kenny Burns play. Would you guys want to see terrace seating back at stadiums?
100%.
Safe standing. Get it in.
If as an answer to that question, if you go to away games, and indeed when you're at St Andrews and you see the away fans, pretty much 99% of away fans at any away game stand up. They just do. With the seating, so everyone stands up where they can. Obviously, if you can't because you've got a physical disability or something, then you don't. Or if you're very small, you perhaps sit on your dad's shoulders. But but essentially everyone stands up, and it is a better atmosphere. And I think safe standing has got to come back. I think is it someone like Man United or Arsenal or Spurs or one of those clubs? I think they're putting some safe standing in. Rotherham on the attack here.
I can't remember where I've seen it, and I don't know if it weren't as big a club as that. I don't know if that's something that's been implemented, but I've seen some early teams as well actually implement it. I don't know if it's.
Hasn't Celtic got it? It's Celtic
already. Liko, boost him up with it, Liko. Hello, go on, hit it. Sanchez!
The last minute.
Go on! Oh, he's on the pitch and he's doing something already. I tell you what, Swaino.
Yeah.
That's better. And
Joe has said it, everyone. That is better, and he's not wrong. But Liko, look at this, and he runs it, but just when he loses it.
You know what it was?
Go on.
When he turned back and he sent them taxi, he got an Uber for him. When he did that, the touch let him down. That's all it was. Hit it. Oh, I tell you what, Seddon trying to hit it on the volley there, Clifton Bell-esque over the bar. But that's what it was. When he turned back in the box, he got himself in a great position, but his touch was too heavy, so it just went away from him. But if he'd had that close to him, he could have tried to whip it into the top corner. But
it was in a superb position, beat the players, and then lost control. And that must be so frustrating as a manager, seeing that. I like Bourbons. They are very good, actually. Says, standing for 90 minutes watching Blues, that would kill me, Swaino. I know, but it doesn't, you see, because when social distancing doesn't exist and you're packed in, you actually get kept up by other people. So I can remember being at Highfield Road away at Cov in about 1980-something, and it was absolutely packed. And I remember me and my mate would go 1, 2, 3. We were lifting our feet off the floor, and we just stayed up because it was so jam-packed. Obviously a bit dangerous. But also, if you're winning and the atmosphere is like standing up, you can still have a seat. But
I could just imagine you doing that, like as a fully grown man. Like,
yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
It's great. That's when we got chased onto a bus at the bus station by a load of Cov fans, and one of them threw a brick at the window, and it bounced off, and then the bus drove off. So that was quite good. Okay. Question from the chat.
Who's your favourite and least favourite Blues player?
Do you mean currently or ever?
Currently.
Go on, you go first, Jay. Blues pushing forward.
Blues on the attack here. Callan. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez, yes. Go on. Do your little Chris Burke thing.
Nice. That's a good ball across.
Sunic. We're looking a bit better. We're looking a bit more dangerous with Sanchez on. A bit of an
Sanchez has made a difference. Right, go on.
I don't know. I really don't know, man. Favourite player.
And can we just say least favourite doesn't mean you don't like them. It just means on a scale.
Probably. Just Duke. Duke, because he's just Duke, isn't he? He's a
lovely bloke.
He's got a lot of big goals for Blues, and he came for $1 million, and he's just been ever present pretty much. And I think he's a good leader. He's a good bloke. I like that he drives a Nissan Juke. Just think he's a good all round guy.
That's a great reason to like it. Okay, so who's your least favourite then of the current crop at the moment? And I suppose when we say this, we have to. Do we take into account their personality, or we just talk about their perperformance? Because some of the players we don't know much about.
You don't really know any of their personality.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
We'll
talk about their playing ability. Yeah.
I think Adam Clayton.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Actually, I'll go. My favourite has been for a long time. Still is Colin. Hold on.
Good ball.
And that's his first shot on goal. 76 minutes. Jukey header. Near post and save.
Put it on his head. And that was Sanchez with a wide ball across to Colin, who whips it in. He was just onside. There were about 3 players off.
Just as I was saying, Colin's my favourite player, so obviously that was good timing. But yeah, Jukey, let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, as good as he could have done corner, and it's
better from Blues, isn't it?
Better from Blues. So Colin's my favourite, and my least favourite at the moment would be Bernard's son.
Okay.
I mean, literally, what does he do? Does he just like work in a retail shop? Because he doesn't play football, does he?
I ain't got a clue. It's such an odd thing, but
it's bizarre. Yeah. It's almost like he was just a drug mule brought into the country for another purpose, and then they put him in the Blues. Can I just say that's a joke and that's not an allegation?
He's honestly very bizarre, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a good shout as well.
Because he's a Blues player, so he's my least favourite.
Yeah, fair play.
Oh, wow.
Paul Brent says, I remember watching Gil Merrick playing for us back in the 50s. He also used to come round on an evening to teach us school kids some tricks. A great goal in his day and a true gentleman. That is amazing. That really is amazing. He's offside anyway. Duke's had a go. he's had a bit of practice. He's put it in the back of the net with his head, but didn't count.
My mate Pete, who comes on here, he bought me the Gil Merrick biography, which I haven't read yet. That's downstairs. I've got the Gil Merrick biography, so I need to have a read of that.
We'll have next stream, a quiet reading with Swaino. And you with your blue light in the background. In the director's chair.
Yeah, in my director's chair. I could just sit and read. Page 56.
Doing your best Morgan Freeman impression. And the brain.
Someone said that I didn't know who is it. Someone said that they liked Brian. Who is it? Brian Hughes. That's right. I like Bourman says I like Brian Hughes is the best in my lifetime, like a Poundland Paul Scholes. So your sort of joke from earlier is bearing fruit because I think everyone's getting into that. I love it.
I get called a Poundland Harry Potter. I like that one. I remember someone on Twitter.
You know who I look like, right? You know, if people have a lot of famous. Can I just say we've just got a breaking play at the moment, and Rotherham is being treated with what looks like a stick, and Rotherham are making about 29 subs, 2 subs coming on.
Great.
Yeah, okay. I'll show you who I look like, and it's not flattering, right? So we all have. Who's your actual looky like? Is it Harry Potter? Is that it?
It's got Poundland Harry Potter mixed with a bit of a weird looking Jordan Pickford.
Okay, mine's less fat than that. Do you know Danny Baker?
No,
he's the football pundit. He used to have shows on BBC Radio on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think I'm better looking than him, but it's not tremendously flattering, is it? Yeah, that's my unfortunate. Does anyone else have a famous lookalike? Not that we'll know, because we probably don't know what you look like.
Get them in the chat. Get your famous lookalikes in the chat. Send them on Instagram as well.
I'll have a look at them.
Yeah, 3 subs for Rotherham. They've freshened up the squad a bit. And Gareth says, disappointed the way Blues approached the game today. Would have thought we'd have treated it like a final, considering it's a 6 point. I'm still hoping Blues will sneak it. Well,
yeah.
For me, in my opinion, what I was thinking about before was I don't know if it's the way we necessarily approach the game. Like, I just think it's had a bit more pressure to it. This one, there's been more pressure on us to win it, and I think again, the mentality of this squad still isn't quite there. It's been nice to have a few wins and that, but I think it's been a bit more of a difficult one for them.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Lee Bowyer's got a Prada sweatshirt on. He looks a flex, doesn't he? Jesus.
Hello.
He's looking ever so much like Gary Rowett on the sideline with the sweater.
He is. But then Steve Jobs just wins it. I mean, that is, as lucky likeys go, that is the most famous person a manager looks like. Look, Paul, he's looking pretty relaxed. I think the linesman's just told him he looks like Steve Jobs, and I think he quite like that. Now,
only
one sub.
Yeah, and
why is Hogan not on? Because if Hogan's not fit enough to play, he shouldn't be on the bench.
We're getting flashbacks now. It's going to cut to him, and he's going to be writing in the notebook.
Oh God!
He's happening again.
Don't say that.
Nah, I think it's.
John.
I don't know. Okay, let's have a Jaffa cake.
Let's have joint Jaffa in. Double jeopardy, double Jaffa. Cheers.
Let's go.
Oh, that is good.
Bowyer's giving him a bollocking.
Does anyone know, have we actually changed formation? Or is Sanchez playing in McGree's role? Oh, that's terrible.
Gary Gardner with the afterburners on, bursting everywhere. Poor ball been put in, but Sanchez will get on the end of it, and he will find Collan, who can whip the ball in here. Good position for him to do that.
Yes,
he'll take him on. He'll whip it in, son. Oh, it's gone out.
Oh, it's out. No, it's not. It's still in play.
I'll tell you what, the Jaffa cake sparked that.
It certainly did. Double Jaffa. Unfortunately, it may have sparked an attack from Rotherham. They're on a bit of a break here.
I saw that one.
Blues getting players back. Cleared.
Oh, straight out to them.
Long shot and miles over the bar.
I'll tell you what, that was closer than it seemed. That wing is good. Who did he play for before?
Who?
Was it Forest or something?
You have to do a bit of Googling. Yeah, it says it wasn't too far away.
Oh, it's Middlesbrough. It was Middlesbrough.
Pete's in the chat, everyone. My good friend Pete, who is literally the world's greatest expert on Birmingham City. He says, do you remember that game in 1978 when so-and-so fell over? And I go, what? So Pete says, best players, he calls him Nigel Gleghorn, Trev, Stan Lazaridis, and the worst, Dean Peer, Trevor Aylott, and Cleb. Good point. Good God. You're Dean Peer. I don't think I've even ever heard of him. Should I have heard of him? Trevor Aylott and Cleb. Yeah, Cleb was pretty crap.
Cleb, man, that was funny.
Stan Lazaridis. Now, I was old enough to enjoy Stan charging down the wing. The man scored insane goals as well. Proper.
That's my commentary there. Go on. Oh, it's out. Will there be a goal? Not sure. I'm really not sure. I'd take a 0-0. I'm not going to lie. I would take a 0-0 because we've prevented them gaining on us, and we've got one less game to play then. Ideally we'd want to win it, but I mean, if we're 46 points as it stands, we're 6 points off the bottom three. Rotherham have got 2 games in hand, but there's also 2 teams below us that are in between us and Rotherham as well. So, Coventry, for example, they've got a game in hand. Derby are 3 points behind us with the same amount of games played.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's
what I mean. So Rotherham could end up overtaking Derby.
Yeah, easily.
So yeah, okay. Well, we're on 85 minutes. It's really slowed down the game now, and it's sort of fairly even. It's one of those. I know either team could score because it's just, I don't know, it's just pretty low quality all over the pitch. But I've got to say, Rotherham have definitely created more chances and have definitely impressed me today. You know, considering the amount of games the players have had to play, they've really kept us out and have looked dangerous and still do. So pushing forward now to the win. Yeah,
I just want to say something as well. When you look at the top six, it gives us a bit of hope in the sense of like we don't need to spend a ton of money. We don't need to, you know, have this fancy style of play for us to have a chance of getting back up. Barnsley are in the top six. They are 4 points clear in that sixth spot with a game in hand. They look like they're going to be in the top six. Could you imagine if they got into the Premier League, Barnsley?
Yeah. I told my good friend Ivan, who's the Barnsley fan, and he was just saying he cannot believe it because, as I said, last season Blues and Barnsley pretty much the same, and he just can't believe the transformation. And and he's you know, we are got a really good chance of being in the playoffs, and they're playing so well. And now they play Cov today at St Andrews. So I said, hopefully you can do us a massive favour by beating Cov. And it's a shame again because there's still sort of 3 or 4 minutes to go here. Had we beaten Rotherham and Cov had lost as well, that would just make things even better. But that said, you know, at the end of the day, there's no reason we should. Hogan's coming on. There's no reason we should automatically beat Rotherham. It's just I think everyone felt it was really important we did, but better to get the point than to lose at the moment. Every point is vital. And Hogan and Harper coming on, which is strange. It's this late in the game. It's
strange, mate. But I think it might be one of those games. And I know Bowyer says he wants to win every game, but I think if you're looking at this from the position we're in, the games we've got left, the games we've got in hand, I think the point is a fair result here, and you wouldn't risk. Do the shrug! He's kicked the corner flag off! What is going on?
No way!
Oh, staying up! Say we are staying up! We are staying up! I say we are staying up!
I don't believe it! Oh, Joe, have my babies!
Swaino, we were just saying, oh yeah, I think, you know, we always say we want to go for the win, but I think a draw would be all right. And as I say it, Harley Dean's like, nah, mate, douche. He's been unreal.
Was that Robbo with a knock-on header, Joe?
I think Harley Dean has headed that onto the defender's head. It's a little bit fortunate, but we'll take it, and it's another win. Hopefully.
Joe, wasn't it Pedersen? Didn't Pedersen head it on?
What? It was Dean?
No. Didn't Pedersen head it on to Dean?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Woo. 88 minutes.
Oh, okay, mate, I tell you what, we love a late goal.
This is why it's great because you can see how excited we are. Although they now know if we concede one, absolutely amazing. I mean, that's what only our second shot on goal, isn't it? Actually on target.
There we go.
His header. Oh yeah, well done. I forgot about that.
Lico here. I swear, honestly, what is the difference with us right now? We have that fight that Blues always have, that fight till the end attitude. I would love to see, like, even in the short time that Bowyer has been in charge, how many late goals have we scored? How many goals in the last 15?
Goals we never normally score. Late winners and stuff. And they haven't even come on. Harper and Hogan haven't even come on yet. Coming on now, guys. I presume Gardner and Lico, I would presume, coming off. Unless he's not going to take Dukey off, is he? Has Lico come off? I presume he has. Yes.
Yeah, he's knackered. I mean, good shift, mate. But Hogan's coming on for a couple of minutes. Keep it in the corner, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Can I just say, I absolutely 100% didn't think we were going to score. Yeah.
Hogan.
I love that picture.
You
Where's
know
the
what
one
to
of
do?
Joe? Where's the one of the ball heading towards the goal?
Oh,
That's my favourite.
oh, wait, that's that. I've got this, which means do not pass it to the red team. Don't pass it to the red team. And then this one is it's more of a signature sort of
That's it. Love that.
Put it in the goal.
Just
These
like
will
to
be
say
on
as well.
auction end of the season. Frame.
Just like to say as well, David Turner, whose birthday it is today, that goal is for you, young man. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I think there's going to be a bit of 6 minutes of injury time. Just seen, bloody hell.
5 left.
Okay. Oh, I thought we were on there. Oh, nice bit of time wasting there by Hogan. This is where if Camp was still at Blues, I would substitute Etheridge for Camp right now, just for his time wasting skills.
We have got one. We have got one for keeping it in the corner.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. Look, there you
go. Right.
Oh, this is. I am absolutely stoked because did you not think this was just going to end up 0-0?
I did, or them coming in. I mean, there's still time for them to score, but can I just say, look, at the minute as it stands, right? Let's put it into perspective. Before Bowyer came in, how poorly we were doing. We are now on the same games as Blackburn, Forest, Preston. We're 1 point behind Preston, 1 point behind Forest, 2 points behind Blackburn, who had an incredible start to the season.
Yeah.
3 points behind Bristol City. Like there's 3 points between us and 14th place. Like, realistically, there's a chance that we could finish around 16th.
I mean, Joe, when I was born, I used to dream of Birmingham finishing 16th in the Championship. I mean,
so did I. So did I. But I mean, considering that we thought we were probably likely to go down and finish about 22nd, this is massive. We've got Huddersfield below us now. Coventry are now 3 points below us with a game in hand. Derby are 5 points below us. Rotherham are 9 points below us. So that's huge. 9 points between us and the relegation zone. They do have games in hand, but
yeah.
God,
we can only do what we can do. We can only keep winning games, and we've got
long throw in from Rotherham now, and it would really hurt. It's gone short. It's gone short. 3 minutes of injury time remaining, and this reminds me of go on, Etheridge.
Oh, what? That's all right.
It's a foul. I thought it was giving a penalty then.
So was I.
It reminds me of when I used to get my old Apple Watch out at the game, and I used to be like, Swaino.
Oh yeah.
Every time injury came along, I'd put my timer on, and I'd be like, "It's been 2 minutes."
Set a timer for 2 minutes 28 seconds.
Okay, 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
There you go. Right. So we've got about
Harley Dean, man of the match.
Harley Dean.
He's been great since Bowyer's come in.
I just worry. I just never happy until it. Oh.
Yeah, Harley Dean has scored. I mean, if we win this, he scored the winner in 2 of Bowyer's 6 games.
Really?
Yeah, because he scored the winner in his first game, and he scored this one, didn't he?
Come on, Blues. I'm never.
No, I know.
Under Bowyer, it's better, but because the way the whole game's gone.
Harley Dean's now our 3rd top scorer with 4 goals. Come on, get rid of it. Oh, that's a nice calm ball out there from Harper. He ain't hoofed it, and it's gone to Hogan. Hogan, he just couldn't catch it. Oh, I thought he was going to be in then.
Watch the counter.
Oh God. Get
throw in.
1 minute 20. Don't look at it. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat just in case. We got Poundland Pep here on the touchline, looking stressed.
Right, so we've got George Friend's coming on.
He's doing it, George.
And Cosgrove, bloody hell!
You got to be done. Yeah.
So I presume we're going like 5 at the back and Cosgrove on for Duke.
Knock down a bit more time. To be fair, I think the 6 minutes added on is fair because we had a couple of injuries, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, Rotherham had a couple, didn't they? We had 7. Oh, that was the first half. But Rotherham had 2, didn't they?
Yeah, there
Come
was
on,
one
boys,
where he
come on.
put shit on for ages.
It was a bit of a risky.
But I tell you what, this would be massive.
Right,
Come
so
on, bring the
30
boys on.
seconds left, and Blues now making 2 subs, which should. Can I say I like George Friend's 1950s style hair.
Look at
He's ripped shirt.
It looks like Superman. You know when you see the Superman underneath. Someone's got a Photoshop that with the ripped shirt with the Superman thing.
Yes, yeah. So Cosgrove, because he's played so little, he probably needs your diagram of the ball and the net because he just doesn't come on enough.
No, Cosgrove, no worries. Don't worry about that. This is what he needs to be looking at, Cosgrove. Right, it should blow the whistle now. Hopefully, bring him on.
1950s hairstyle, George Friend. Love George Friend. I wish I just want him to play more. There's no space for him. Right, come on, Blues.
Blow the whistle.
We're 20 seconds over. 25, 30. Come on, Blues.
The game's probably finished by now in real life.
You are?
The game's probably actually finished now. Everyone's just.
Oh, yeah.
And
then they're going, oh, my God, they got a late equaliser. Oh, that was a great win for Blues. Come on, Robbo, take your time.
Come on, it's almost 97.
That's it. This is where you need a yellow card for time wasting. Hardy Dean's going to throw it. Really, what you want Robbo's doing is a 200-mile throw here, but Dean's got the throw.
Good throw still.
Yes! Yes!
What a win. What a win.
Brilliant.
That's a massive
win. And Joe, you're right. You know, we probably didn't, on balance of it, we probably didn't really deserve it on balance, a draw. But, you know, we took our chances. It's what we just haven't done before. That was not a good game from Blues.
Well, I mean, neither was the Stoke game. But we keep having these games where we're like, oh, it weren't a great game from Blues. But we're walking away with a win.
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at the form that we're in. If this was the start of a season, we'd be laughing. We'd be top 6.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of Harley Dean. Oh, it's just a chat. It's all right. I thought there was a bit of grief going on.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just have a look at this.
In the chat, how does everyone feel about that win? Go on, Joe.
I just want to say, I think, yeah, we are. We're currently, what have we played? 6. We've won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. Is that right? When was our last game against? Well, basically, I don't know if it's updated yet, but in the Championship form table, we are 6th out of our last 6 games.
Wow.
6th place. Up to 18th. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? We're at the dizzy heights of 18th place in the Championship. 48.
Oh, yeah.
And
but,
Derby.
Like you said, look how close we are to everyone else now. We're a point behind the teams above us. I
mean, the thing is, right, we've got to play Derby as well. There's 5 points between us and Derby. We've played the same amount of games. We've got so many teams in between us now. And 4 games left?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a disaster for us to go down now.
It would be quite an achievement, wouldn't it, if they get relegated from that?
We've got Forest, Derby, Cardiff, and Blackburn remaining. But you know what? If we can, it would be nice for us to be able to go into that Blackburn game with our feet up, cup of tea in hand, and have a little just chill. And
do you know what? That would be amazing. Last day of the season, just being interested in other results to see who gets relegated, and it's not us. That would be
or we could even be battling with Blackburn for 16th place.
Yeah. They just showed on Sky.
It would be our highest finish in like 3 years.
I don't know if I can. I have to take my hat off. I don't know if I can cope. I mean,
I'm getting altitude sickness. What's it called?
Isn't that is? I tell you what. Thank you very much, Pete. Pete says, "Great show, gentlemen." The best thing about that is being called a gentleman. Thank you, Pete. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. Yeah, I mean, just that was almost an un-Blues-like finish recently. In recent years, getting that win from nowhere, because, like you said, that just doesn't happen. And if anything, it would have gone Rotherham's way. So I'm really shocked that we got that winner. I'm really surprised, but I'm just so chuffed. That's almost mission accomplished. Almost mission accomplished, isn't it? Season
We've
now.
got four. Mate, we've got four games. If we get one win from any of those 4 games,
yeah,
happy days. You know what I mean? Like we're on 48.
3 draws.
And the thing is, like Derby, we don't lose against Derby, for example. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even if we beat Derby, but you know, it would be nice to be able to go to Derby and beat them because they always seem to. They're just always a tricky team. We never seem to win there, and I'd love it if Bowyer could go there. I'll tell you what, I would love it if we beat them.
I'd love it. I just want to see Wayne Rooney's hair weave looking sad. That's what I want to see.
Was that another Roberts ball for the goal? Sam?
Was it?
I didn't know, but I tell you what, mate, the 2 centre backs linking up yet again. What with a flick on from the other centre back?
Who needs strikers? Give me 2 seconds, Joe. 2 seconds.
I wasn't sure about the build up to the goal because I was there we were talking about whether a point was good enough. And I was like, yeah, I'd take a point because, you know, the main thing is we didn't lose to Rotherham. But as I said, I think a point's good enough for us today. Harley Dean, bang, back of the net. And it was just perfect. Yeah, with a Pedersen flick on. Every single one of the centre-backs playing a part. That's what we want to see. But amazing. It's just great. Like, it'd be nice. It's just good if we could stay up now. You know, we've done the hard work, and Bowyer has been incredible since he's come back. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Like, how? No one expected that. Surely, no one expected that. Joe, that's a silly question, man. Come on, stay up and keep him. Obviously, who would you want to keep next season, and who would you let go? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too sure. I think I wouldn't want a big overhaul. I think we need a striker. I think we need a new striker, sort of like Hogan, you know, like Nisbet to go with him. I think we could probably get rid of one of the midfielders, get rid of Adam Clayton. We'll probably have to let go of one of the number 10s. Yeah, I'm not too sure what else, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was just tweeting our joyful moment when we scored.
Oh, no worries. I just said someone pinch me on Twitter, basically. I think I'm dreaming. Yeah. No, I mean, Swaino, surely, right? Everyone thought, yeah, we might get a bit of a new manager bounce with Bowyer. Yes, he might be able to fix some of the problems. But were you expecting 4 wins? 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss?
No, I wasn't. And you know what? I wasn't expecting us to get wins when we weren't playing well. I was expecting a bit of a manager bounce and the performances to get better. But the fact that we've done it, and 2 games at least where we didn't deserve it, really. We didn't deserve to get the win, and we dug it out of nowhere. And that comes from exactly what Lee Bowyer said when he arrived. He said, I'm just going to tell them they're good. And when you tell people, yeah, you're good, they have belief. And you can see that's what's happened because they just kept going. They just kept going all the way through saying something will happen, something will happen. And here's the thing. They believe in themselves more than I do. And I'm normally really positive and think, no, go on, lads, you can do it. And that's what he's done. He's just made them just go, yeah, you're good. It's not difficult. And he said, keep it simple. You're good. And again, ball into the box, header, bish, bash, bosh. I love it. I'm shocked at how good, what a difference he's made to how they feel, how their positivity is. So yeah, delighted. How about you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed, mate. Like I've just sort of said, like I was not expecting this good a turnaround from this many games, especially when we had so many difficult teams to come against, and then you flipped on its head and we're up against a team around us that's got a lot of pressure. And yeah, we didn't play great today, and we could have gone 2-0 down, and yeah, there might have been a bit of luck involved with it, but you know, you make your own luck sometimes, and we kept it 0-0, and we kept fighting on. We kept whipping balls in. We changed the game. Again, it was a Roberts ball. Pedersen on, Harley Dean with the goal.
It was defender to defender to defender. I mean,
that was just wonderful, man. It was just wonderful. Like, it's beautiful to see, and I'm so glad Bowyer's doing well with Blues at the minute. I mean, 2 shots on target all game.
Yeah,
it was pretty even on the stats, but they had the clear chances. But that's really just give us a lot of breathing room now. And
you're right. Yeah, nice. I think that that's the biggest hurdle now, isn't it? That's the real decider. and now it's just a case of play fairly well for the last 4 games, and there's no reason we shouldn't get out of this fairly comfortably. At last, Joe, it is completely in our control what happens to us. All we can do now is lose our position. Here's Harley Dean being interviewed.
Before the game, said if we won, it's felt like we've done enough, and it'd be good this year. Obviously, we've still got big games to come up, but it was a must-win for both teams, wasn't it?
Must win for both teams.
Right side of it is Rotherham.
It's a must-win.
Is the gap now? Is it a time to start looking up rather than over your shoulder?
Everyone says we are just taking the game.
It's good, man. It's good.
Lucky green shirt again.
You're looking forward to seeing Bowyer there, like.
Honestly, I just made myself dribble. He does it the press conference. He's like, good performance today. Yeah, I think we did really well. It is just like he's booting up when they ask him the question. It's brilliant. So I was saying to Joe, in case you missed it, I was saying every time Lee Bowyer is interviewed, you have to watch, because what happens is at the start when they ask him the question, he's completely still, like he's on pause. And there's no movement until he answers the question. He's like this. Yeah, that's right. I think we played really well in the first half. It's amazing. So keep an eye out for it today. Harley Dean, did you say he's our 3rd highest scorer now?
Yeah, 4 goals. 1 behind Duke.
But I think also the other talking point again is it was a strange game as far as Blues' performance, but we think we know why the tension came back and that slight bit of self-doubt. But I was, again, the substitutions, no criticism of Lee Bowyer, let me just put it this way, not a sort of Karanka type thing, but it was interesting how and why he made substitutions and he sort of held back. He obviously thought that the players on the pitch, it wasn't ever going to be a good game and the players were doing what he needed to do at that point. Otherwise, he'd have brought them on earlier. I don't know, there's obviously a reason for it, but he believed in what they were doing. I suppose, he was kind of right. We hadn't conceded. So, I don't know. Do you think he got to the point where he's thinking it's not going to make enough difference today who we bring on? It's better to keep them fresh for future games? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think, he brought on Sanchez and that made a change. Change. And it's like, okay, let's see what happens here. And then, yeah, it wasn't a massive overhaul, but maybe he thought it wouldn't have been the right thing to completely
Exactly.
change the system and bring on a load of players. And he just wanted to just throw Sanchez on there and see what he could do. And I think he saw a reaction from that. We were starting to play better, and I think maybe if he didn't, he'd have made some more subs a bit earlier. But he did it, and it worked. And happy days.
Yeah, happy days. And defender to defender to defender goal. I'm loving that. I'm chuffed to bits, and I think to celebrate, I think everyone needs to hit the like button.
Exactly.
Give Joe a like. Come on.
Yes.
It costs you nothing.
Thank you, guys. I think we're playing again on Wednesday.
Yes. And who is it?
Derby.
Cardiff? No, Forest.
Forest.
No, Forest.
I should be able to. Oh yeah, I should be able to stream that one because it's not till 7:45. Because I'm filming that day, so
okay.
I should be back for then. So we'll be back again on Wednesday, hopefully we can just cruise the rest of the season away, and there's no pressure.
Can I just ask, is that Forest at home or away? It's at home, must be. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because as I don't, some people know, Forest is the nearest ground to me. So if they're away, I was going to go down, try and get down before and wave them in as the coach arrives and then rush back. But that's not going to happen. So looking forward to it. Yeah, let's a draw or a win, I'll be happy with on Wednesday. It's just every game we go forward, it makes it safer. So there'll be a point when it's mathematically impossible. We're not there yet, but a massive, massive day, and we've done exactly what we needed to. Oh, and my prediction, the result was right. I said 2-0, but 1-0. I'll take that.
Yeah, I think I will. I don't think I actually did a prediction, but I was going to say 1-0. But typical. But I think
I believe you.
That's what I went for with the game before, and I was like, I always think we'll probably edge it, but Will says best up for a Blues manager in years. Yes, let's keep it up. A bit more of that. Excited to see what we can do next season. David, it's from Score Draw. It's one of the fake ones, just Score Draw, but I like it. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to the manager's post-match interview. That would be a good one. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. We'll be back again on Wednesday. I wasn't expecting us to win that, especially right at the end. But happy days. You love to see it. Oh God, just in a bit of said in there. Probably bit of dodgy work in the penalty area. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back again on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Bye.
Keep right on, everyone.
Keep right on.